Okay, the live stream has started. Let me double check, make sure other things are going on up. Make sure the YouTube thumbnail is good to go as well. There we go. If I can do it like that. Come on. There we go. Is Twitch going? Yes, Twitch is going as well. Keep on holding the input shortcuts every single time. I always delete them. Who wants to see 100 shortcuts on your channel, or not channel, desktop? So let's go ahead and get started. I think everything's good to go. I'm dropping bitrate. I'm hitting some frame rate issue maybe. Maybe it's me alt-tabbing a game that doesn't support a window borderless mode. So let's go ahead and get started. I believe I've casted this replay, so I'm just going to delete that one. I know this is a new patch, but I still want to cast some more of these replays I've stored up. I got a good number of, I believe, good replays. At least the 2v2s, at least. So you got a good number of 2v2s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. You know what? How about just only cast 2v2s today? Yep, and actually I had my setup meant for 2v2, so let's go ahead and get started. Yep, just 2v2s today, got 7 of them, and then I can worry about installing a new patch, and then make all the other replays I have defunct. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side, who's meeting around the wrong direction as the Farseer. We have Rayold. Spawn in the north as his teammate as the Tech Marine. We have Brahmin 12. Spawn the opponent as the Brother Captain with Tech No, and as the Lord Chaos Lord, we have Commissar. Not the Lord Commissar, but the Chaos Lord Commissar. Though I could easily see a Commissar becoming heretical. Who on earth would suspect the Commissar of wrongdoing if he's the one who's executing everybody who are being potential heretics? Now, of course, Howling Banshee is deployed on out. The heretics do fall back away from the Farseer. They detonate a lot of models, sustain a lot of damage to there. We got a Strike Squad and Tactical Marine spawn out on the right side. And over here, the Chaos Lord may be supporting the Brother Captain. They're both wearing Terminator armor, so these are going to be two very durable heroes. Another squad of Howling Banshees being deployed on out. We've got the Lord Commissar advancing, trying to throw some rounds onto his forces. The Lord Chaos Lord has seen quite a bit of damage right there.
Precious Eldar light has been spilled.
And the Chaos Lord is about ready to go down, and foolishly will go down right there. 1 health remaining does go down there. That was a bit disappointing. He's focusing a bit too much over here. We've got the Chaos Marine squad being forced on back. Howling Banshee is quite wounded. He lost the Guardian squad there, so big losses on all sides so far. Though the Chaos Lord can be resurrected by the Brother Captain. Speaking of which, he is starting to engage the power node, but he's receiving a bit too much fire here. We got the Tactical Marines and Scouts all firing on him. Strike Squad has been upgraded there with Plume with Titans, and these forces are all falling back away from the Brother Captain and Strike Squad and Inquisitorial Stormtroopers.
This place is now under our arsenal.
Farseer has not been upgraded to anything just yet, nor the Tech Marine, nor the Chaos Lord, nor the Brother Captain. Heretics started to engage as well, got the nice detonation there of the Heretics there. It looks like he's largely focused on the Farseer, not the Howling Banshees. The Chaos Lord is down to 0 health again. So the Chaos Lord goes down twice, right? Already.
We are losing the power node to the enemy.
And that is probably a bit too far forward in order to get a resurrection from his teammate. I think the other he was resurrected by resources and not by the Brother Captain as well, because we saw the Brother Captain engage in the fights and he's already been respawned at that point in time. Of course, all Stormtroopers are starting to engage the tactical Marines as Devastator Marines forces back the Strike Squad. Of course, all Stormtroopers do fall back as well, and now we do have a Guardians weapon team deployed out by the Farseer. This power generator is deactivated. This power generators are still up and running. Got 2 deployed out here as well. Suppose here, not even the point even activated at the moment, so the red team will have much more energy available to them. This point is being activated once again. I'm not sure what this guy's doing. We're just standing around. Is he lagged out a bit? Is everybody lagged out a bit? Okay, got these forces moving forward, but everybody else is just seem like doing nothing. Literally. Well, it's not exactly the most entertaining replay. Oh, looks like I may have dropped some bits or some frame rate. Or nope, that's just Twitch giving me the false alarm. It does get some Devastator shots down the Brother Captain, but Brother Captain don't believe can be suppressed. Benches start making their way forward in the center. One of them is an upgraded aspect of strength. We got another Howling Benches squad being deployed now. Generators being focused on Tech Marine, Tactical Marines need to start advancing. They're trying to focus on the generators. There should be a lot of free shots there. Devastator is being deployed as well with the Howling Benches here to support. The Tech Marine and or the Scouts can repair the generator as well. Maybe a good idea to get that repaired up.
We are losing the power node to the enemy.
And I just realized something. There are no VPs. There is no VP, so this is a complete annihilation game. Guardian's weapon team is suppressing down the Heretic squad. This Guardian shuriken cannon does fire upon the Chaos Lord, but the Chaos Lord cannot be suppressed. We got the Chaos Marines in the region as well. We got 4 Howling Banshees deployed out by the Farseer. That's a lot of Howling Banshees. That's going to be a lot of crazy angry ladies shouting in people's faces. Got the ritual here, but that ritual is not going to be useful. He needs to get that heretic, not ritualing, worshipping, and start detonating some models. They need the suppression support. Don't detonate a model there. Chaos Lord may go down as well. He's severely wounded, but does escape on out there. We've got his teammates, Assault Marines, in the mix as well, as well as the Tactical Marine squad. Inside the map, we do have a Purgation squad burning the Devastator Marines. The Devastator Marines do fall back now. We do have a Tarantula Sentry Gun deployed on out, suppressing down the Deception Squad, which is a Tier 1 teleport infantry squad, but they will get overwhelmed by all the Howling Banshees that are just charging on forward. First of all, Stormtroopers have not been upgraded with capability of throwing grenades, which I believe is a sergeant upgrade for that. What was that sound? It sounded like a shotgun blast. Assault Marines do jump up forward, knocking back the Heretics as well as some of the Chaos Marines. Chaos Force pushes his way forward. No upgrades there on the Tech Marine, and now got a Havoc team inside this garrison. Able to suppress down the Tactical Marine squads, and all of these forces now falling on back. Don't really deal with that garrison right there. He may need to get a Flamer squad there. Howling Banshees do fall back. So also a big retreat coming out by the Southern Blue team, which could result in some generators going down. He does have the Tarantula Sentry Gun here to provide suppression support as well as the Devastators. Purgation squad does get suppressed there, so does the Heretics. He does road target over here, suppressing all that crew. Havocs, however, do find angle there on the Tarantula Sentry Gun, but will take a bit of damage there. And now the Brother Captain start engaging the Tarantula Sentry Gun with a Nemesis Force Sword. Protection squad will manage to get cover suppression there. Should be able to quickly burn down. They do quickly burn down the trenches gun as the Tactical Marines forces are advancing forward. Grenade, special attack from the Chaos Lord does knock back the Devastator squad, and these forces are falling back. Howling Banshees are back at home. They are fully healed, fully reinforced, needing to push on forward. And it looks like the Chaos Marine squad has been upgraded with plasma guns as well.
Yes.
I shall gladly
Yes, they've been upgraded with plasma guns. Sorry, the character said yes. I was thinking something stupid. All the generators will go down. Assault Marines siege up forward. All generators in fact did go down. Devastator Marines are suppressing these squads. Looks like the Assault Marines actually had one of the models still way back there. Howling Banshees are charging forward. Got, of course, the Havoc squad inside the garrison, suppressing down the Howling Banshees. And the Interceptor squad can teleport forward to do some knockback there. The Howling Banshees can get ripped apart. They need an anti-garrison unit in order to get rid of the garrison. Looks like all the Howling Banshees do manage to escape on out there. Tactical Marines and Scouts are still in the front line. The Interceptor squad does teleport forward. Looks like they don't get the knockback until their leader upgrade, their sergeant upgrade.
We are losing a power node to the enemy.
Guiding Crystal operatives deployed on out. They're deployed out right there. Farseer does find them. We do have the ruined armor. Increases our Farseer's health by I think that's what the ruined armor does. Wait, the ruined armor just went up. Isn't it that slot there? How did it switch slots? Either way, we got increases health and energy by 125. Energy regen grants a Psychic Storm ability. And I'm going to sneeze. We got a plasma cannon Devastator deploying out. That should be good light artillery support here. But that's going. They're almost completely starved out of energy. This one has been upgraded with generators. Maybe the Tactical Marine can go over there to pull out the Tarantula Sentry Gun, or maybe keep the Guardian Weapon team is in this region. Doesn't really give good coverage in my opinion. Maybe push up around here, angle it towards this way would be a good better spot. These forces will start making their way forward. There will be a decent angle from the Guardian Weapon team right there. And with the suppression coming on forward, these Howling Banshees should be able to collapse on them no problem.
Falcon grav tank.
Farseer does spot this stuff. We do have the Falcon deployed on out, which is a good light skirmisher. Chaos Lord does go down once again. Shotgun knocked back there onto the Bloodletters. The Bloodletters are jumping on the way forward. Bloodletters almost ripped apart. Got a second Bloodletter squads engaging the Devastators. This Assault Marine squad, well, these forces may take out this Bloodletter squad. The Assault Marines do jump on top of this one. That Bloodletter completely got wiped out. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a hit there onto the Bloodletters. Finds another good hit there. That could be another wipe there. They're starting to retreat back now, but down to 5 health, dead. Howling Banshees to get suppressed there by the Havoc team, who's still inside this garrison. Heckman does receive some suppression there, and now the Falcon is advancing. The Falcon deployed out, he may be eyeing to get that upgrade to the last cannon Devastator. Last cannon Havoc. These forces are currently suppressed there by the guards with things, including the brother Captain. Falcon starts engaging as well. And Tier 3 is being researched now by the brother Captain. The Chaos Lord doesn't have a whole lot of resources at the moment. We got a grenade launcher squad on the Havocs. That'd be a great long-range firepower. And good knockback there on to the Howling Banshees. Though this is only light damage to the Falcon can get some continuous firepower down. And the Chaos Lord has been upgraded to Icon of Corn, getting an additional max health per melee hit. 2%. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a good hit there onto the... wipes out the... what's it called? Chaos Marine, and the Havoc squad went down as well. The Chaos Lord only has Tier 1 Heretic squad with grenade launchers, so that's a good squad, but not enough. He is going for tier 3 himself. The Brother Captain has tier 3 as well. Devastator trying to set on up. That's a regular heavy bulk Devastator, not the plasma cannon Devastator. Interceptor squad does hope for knock back the Devastators, and a full retreat coming out by the Space Marine player. Actually got 2 Devastator Marines of heavy bulkers. Interceptor squad does fall back right there. And the Falcon and the Farseers are advancing. The Falcon does not have any sorts of repairs from the Farseer, though the Tech Marine scouts, his teammates' forces can't get that repaired on up. Howling Bench is charging forward. All these forces suppressed. The Purification Squad being suppressed really reduces damage there. Grenades are raining on in. He needs temporary bloodletters being deployed out by the Shrine. Didn't get any knockback grenades off. That would have been a great time with knockback grenades. Temporary bloodletters do get killed there. And now the Shrine of Cain will go down, but not to the Howling Banshees. Now we do have a Land Raider Crusader being deployed out by the Brother Captain.
Offer them no easy targets.
This is the Falcon. We are under attack.
Looks like the Devastator's hitting those barrels. Not sure why. I mean, if some... it is multiplayer. It is the Elite, Dawn of War 2 Elite mod multiplayer for Retribution. Got suppression coming out by the Strike Squad. Purgation Squad's advancing. We got the Falcon as well. Submarines jump on in, knocking back the Purgation Squad, which will tie them up in melee as well, while the Devastators get some great suppression coming forward. That Marine Squad is falling on the back. We got the Second Storm suppressing these forces. Of course, the Brother Captain cannot be suppressed. Tech Marine getting some great damage there onto the Brother Captain, and Tech Marine does have the Signum Armor, which grants the marked target ability as well as a Plasma Gun upgrade. Howling Banshees is charging on 4, trying to get some good damage on in, and we got some Chaos Terminators deployed. But the Land Raider Crusader is still making his advance. They're going to need to make a massive effort in order to take that out. Though luckily, the Tech Marine squad player has 2 Devastators. He can upgrade them both blast cannons, which should be enough along with the Plasma Cannon Devastator. Maybe upgrade the Tech Marine to Melt Gun as well, if going really, really heavy. The Howling Banshees need their, what's it called, their X-Shark Leaguer to be getting their engine equipped to help engage it, but that'll be a not exactly great engagement. Farseer will likely go down. Farseer does go down there. Blast Cannon Devastator deployed on out. This one's Blast Cannon Devastator is also now deployed. Has to deploy from fire. I probably would have kept it around to throw some more rounds there. Purgation Squad start advancing, getting some damage there on the Devastator, and they do fall back. The Land Raider Crusader has received quite a bit of fire there. Can receive repairs up by the Chaos Heretic as well as the Inquisitor Soldiers, as they are doing right now.
No mercy.
Space Marines!
Howling Banshees charging on forward, trying to get some good damage in on these forces. Of course, they're fighting melee units with the melee units. Great knockback there on the Insufficient Squad. Chaos Strike Squad is also seeing quite a bit of fire there. There's just too many Howling Banshees. Plus, they're all screaming in their faces, suppressing them. Looks like the Strike Squad does go down. Insufficient Squad will escape, and the Purification Squad will escape as well. Oh, wait a second. These Chaos Terminators just got upgraded with Lightning Claws. These Howling Banshees are going to get ripped apart. These are AoE melee weapons. One Howling Banshees does get wiped out there. This is not a good engagement there for the Howling Banshees. Another squad just got wiped out there. Farseer is making her advance. Last Cannon Devastators engaging the Paladins, another Terminator squad, this time by the Grey Knights. Plasma Cannon Devastator does find the Lightning Claw Terminators, which they're getting ripped apart by. One model remaining. And we do have the Dreadnought here. The Dreadnought should be able to hold back those Chaos Terminators. And with a nice marked target there from the Tech Marine, able to get some good rate of fire as well onto them. Let's get some reinforcements there. The Chaos Lord still does not have a whole lot. He could go for his own Land Raider or save up more red points for more Terminators. Except Squad does go before engaging the last cannons. We do got also Wraith Guard pulled up in the Warlock support as well. Chaos Force has been upgraded to the Lightning Claws himself and also been upgraded to the Mantle of Hate. Over here, Paladin Squad rips apart, I believe that's the last cannon Devastator. Tech Marine will need to fall back. The Chaos Lord has received half of this damage from health. Half the self damage. We also got a Conversion Beamer here. Falcon still skirmishing around. Dreadnought has seen a lot of damage there from the Conversion Beamer. These are anti-vehicle melee weapons, so that's not a good fight for the Dreadnought. Does get nice special attack there, but they're currently being slowed down. Wraith Guard's still in the mix. Dreadnought does go down there. Mark target onto the Brother Captain. And Howling Banshee is getting ripped apart there by the Land Raider Crusader. Falcon goes down as well. We do great start deployed on now by the Farseer. And Howling Banshee may get gunned down there by the Brother Captain. Submarines in the mix as well. Trying to gauge that Paladin. Plasma Cannon Devastator lighting up a shot. Gets a decent hit there. Good damage on the Chaos Terminators, but they still have plenty of health remaining. Multiple hits there, knocking back the Brother Captain as well. And we got the next shot raining on in. And does get a nice knockback there onto the Chaos Terminators. The Tau and Necrons are not available in multiplayer in Dawn of War 2. The factions are... Let me get this... Remember this all correctly. Beer Guardsman, Space Marine, Eldari, or Eldar, Orcs, Chaos, and Tyranids. And if you download the Elite mod, it does also add in the Grey Knights, also known as Ordo Malleus.
As it was foreseen. We are losing our power node to the
Wraith Guard are advancing. We do have them being upgraded with Wraithbone. Interceptor Squad making their way forward, trying to gauge those Wraith Guard. It's not looking good for the blue team. They have a lot of good units, but they've lost quite a bit. And that Land Raider Crusader is still posing a problem. And the Chaos Lord save a lot of resources. Likely he's going to go for his Land Raider. He has enough resources for a Land Raider Phobos or the Great Unclean One.
As it was foreseen, I have paused the arms delivery.
The tide is now, brother. And duty.
People debate whether it's better, what's better, Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2. Both agree that Dawn of War 3 sucks. My advice, Dawn of War 2 is, if you play for the campaign's, at least for, not necessarily Retribution, but Chaos Rising and the base game, are both pretty good. The more, like, tactical base using a small amount of hero squads, not like a standard RTS. While multiplayer does have, like, the more traditional style RTS, even then, though, they're still not base building. More field control. So if you like Company Heroes 2, you'll like Dawn of War 2. More likely not. We got more Terminators being deployed and out, and Terminators teleporting to say hello to the Terminators. On the left side, we do got the Farseer knocked down, maybe due to the Chaos Shrine with the temporary Bloodletters. Temporary Bloodletters not assaulting those generators. What type of cannon? Oh, it's a D cannon.
Guardian weapons team ready.
The cannon's been deployed on out for some light artillery. We do have a lot of reds resources to talk about up for the blue team. So potential nukes could be deployed, which could help crack the Land Raider Crusader.
Our ally slain Techmarine has been returned to his base. In the spirit seers we
A lot of potential anti-vehicle weapons, but still the Land Raider Crusader is just very, very durable. We do have now the Chaos Terminators are advancing with the Chaos Lord. They're receiving quite a bit of fire there. I believe the D-Cannon got a nice knockback there. And he got the Scout Squad getting ripped apart by the Terminator Squad. Tactical Marines won't be able to stay around near those Terminators either. Wraith Guard and D-Cannon trying to get some great damage there onto that Terminator Squad. But having a bit of trouble. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds some hits there, but the heavy infantry are just breaking through the front line. The Adora play needs to get out some Seer cancel. They need a heavy frontline unit to hold back the Terminators. Sure, they will probably receive quite a bit of splashing from the D-Cannon and from the Wraith Guard, but they need a frontline.
The reinforcements are most welcome.
We do now have some Grey Knight Terminators being deployed on out as well to support the Land Raider Crusader. And looks like the Chaos Lord still stockpiling a massive amount of resources. Should spend it. A couple Predator tanks wouldn't be half bad. Chaos Predators. The Cannon, Guardian Weapon Team, and Wraith Guard making their advance. They will spot this ritual there, but the temporary bloodletters coming out will tie them up in melee. The D-Cannon may actually get wiped out by those temporary bloodletters. Not sure what's being called in right there. Oh, regular Terminators from his teammate. So he's not going to spend his resources on a nuke. But honestly, a Lascan and Predator probably would have been a little bit better against the Land Raider Phobos. Not Phobos, Crusader. Land Raider Crusaders make his advance. Terminators are here as well. Deacon's being reinforced. Unable to get any shots off, does get suppressed off there. And now the Adari's base is now under siege by the Terminators. Guardian Weapon Team does go down there. Adari is still trying to engage with the second Storm. Now we've got the Eldritch Storm being deployed now. But it looks like it's getting a lot of his own friendly fire there as well. That was not a good Eldritch Storm. Should have been right on top of Land Raider Crusader. Assault Marines do jump into the mix as well. Looks like the Farseer does get a special attack to death by the Chaos Lord, and Wraith Guard again ripped apart there by the Terminators. They're a ranged unit. Terminators of course ripped apart with claws. And these forces are making way forward. Looks like the Brother Captain has also upgraded the Holy Armor Titans and being upgraded the Forward. Yeah, the Chaos Marines are trying to gauge as well. Not Chaos Marines, Tech Marine and Tactical Marine Squad. And there's nothing left of the forest here, literally. So yeah, this game is pretty much over. At this point in time, they just back out. And we also have the Land Raider Phobos come out as well. And that's the end of the game. This is Crazy. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Not a really entertaining replay. It was a pretty slow replay. And a lot of losses from all sides, but not in the spectacular fashion. And here we go. Oops, not that. Multiplayer, game history. And this is the one I just cast. So let's head to this one here. 2 Orcs versus 2 Space Marines. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawning as the brother captain, we have Andres Lionhide, who's not really moving all too much. Spawning as his teammate as the Apothecary, we have Astartes. Spawning as the biggest and the strongest mech boy, we have a foreign name. Spawning as the other, the biggest and the strongest mech boy, we have another foreign name. Granted, their foreign names are different, but they're still foreign names nonetheless. And I can't speak foreign. Only English poorly and gibberish. Mech boys teleporting around, trying to capture up some points over here. We do have this power point being captured up as well. Tactical Marines and Strike Squad has been deployed on out. We will see shooters, more shooters, and more shooters. It looks like they're going to shoot up the place. Tactical Marine Squad is trying to capture the VP, but they will get ripped apart by all these shooters. You have a squad of Inquisitorial Stormtroopers being deployed on out. Good damage there on the Tactical Marine Squad. Do has that heal from the Apothecary. A little bit late, he already dropped the model. And it looks like the brother captain started engaging these shooters in melee. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers and Strike Squads advancing. Got a second squad is Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. Mech boys trying to fire from the garrison. Over here, Tactical Marine Squad still hanging around. Largely thanks to the fact that the Apothecary's health regen aura is getting some good health regen. He does get another manual heal there, spending the rest of his energy onto that Tactical Marine Squad. And the Apothecary will be tying up the mech boy in melee. Scout squads push their way forward, engaging the sluggers. And the mech boy does teleport forward, but the Apothecary will find him and will slice him up. Tactical Marine Squad does drop a model there of the shooters. They will need to fall back relatively shortly because they're constantly receiving fire. They do fall back now. We got second Tactical Marine Squad deployed out by the Apothecary. Apothecary is trying to tie up the sluggers up in melee. Second Tactical Marine Squad is advanced as well, gains good damage there on the sluggers. And the shooters in the Tactical Marine Squad could engage, but the mech boy is trying to tie up the Tactical Marine Squad in melee and got a forward retreat coming out by the orcs. Over on the left side, we got the sergeant upgrades there onto the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, getting access to their grenades. Looks like there's some pinging perhaps going on. We've got another squad of shooters. Wait, didn't he go for... Looks like he went for shooters, sluggers, and shooters. A lot of shooters, a lot of sluggers. We also got some big shooters. You know, if you ever do have the Apothecary receiving quite a bit of fire, he could throw a heal onto himself. He does actually heal himself right there. He does have some heavy cover there for the Tactical Marine Squad, and the sluggers do find a nice flank there. They've been upgraded for burn us, so they're trying to burn up these guys. He does fall back nice and early, which will save his requisition. So the scouts do drop a couple models there. They do have, looks like, a shotgun upgrade as well. Orcs start making their way forward. We've got these Inquisitorial Stormtroopers being ripped apart, and that Inquisitorial Stormtrooper actually fully gets wiped there. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers could be dying for a grenade, but they're also quite low in health. Brother Captain's making an advance, does get some force back those orc forces. On the right side, we do have more shooters. Got for a third squad of shooters. That's a lot of guys. He's going to be having a severe requisition bleed for the majority of the game. They have deployed out some generators there. Scouts can push them forward. Let's get a nice shotgun knockback there on the slugger squad. Strike squad are seeing quite a bit of fire there from these shooters. He will need to fall back relatively shortly with those Strike squad there. The mech boy does get some shots there as well. It does do a full retreat now. On the right side, got the burners advancing. They could go ahead and burn that generator, but they're actually going for these generators. May get a squad wipe here. Does get the front model, will you get the back model? Looks like he will manage to escape on out of there. Should be able to burn and destroy these generators, no problem. Good to plow out some more generators here as well.
Be shooters ready, boss.
At the Marines who advance the heavy cover there, trying to absorb some shots. Second shooter squad makes advance. A lot of fire coming out on that Tactical Marine squad. On the left side, we've got these generators still being chopped apart. He needs to get them out of melee and get them into range mode in order to actually burn these generators. So he does have a lot of shooters there to buy him time. Except Squad does teleport forward, forcing back all the shooters. The sluggers do fall back as well. All the generators got bashed. Over on the right side, we've got the Mech Boy and Tactical Marines engaging in melee. The Apothecary does fall back, had almost no health remaining. I saw it had as little as 5 HP. This Tactical Marine squad is quite wounded. We've got the sluggers coming for a flank. We may see a shotgun knock back. We do not see a shotgun knock back. And also going to use the Tactical Marines to tie up these orcs in melee. Needs to get the other one tied up in melee as well. Looks like the Slugger Squad is advancing down half of its models. On the left side, we got these Sluggers advancing, getting some good damage onto that Intercept Squad. The Intercept Squad does fully get wiped out. So a lot of losses there for the Brother Captain. Even Brother Captain himself is down. Stone Boys start finally making the way forward. I know they've been deployed out for quite some time, but they haven't had to see them used whatsoever. Good damage there onto that generator. And generators is receiving more and more fire now. Looks like the Apothecary has been upgraded the Storm Bolter, and now we do have a Razorback deployed on out. Maybe trying a little bit far forward. We do have a Rhino being put out by the Brother Captain. And now we've got all these forces charging on forward. There's a lot of orcs. Guys tried to go into the rear armor. Was not successful. Another squad had been deployed out by the Apothecary. Could upgrade this one to Stern Guard veterans. Grenade going, getting some minor knockback there onto the Burnas. Strike Squad does manage to escape on out of there. Can't be losing any more squads. Burner Squad got fully wiped out as Storm Boy is being pursued now.
We taking a secure punishing, boss.
Razorback or Rhino sort of makes its way forward. Has him upgraded with a regular sentry gun. Razorback starts making his advance. We got some damage there on these shooters. They are starting to split up behind the cover. So this one's a little bit exposed. Heal does come out on the Tactical Marine squad. The Mech Boy over here does fall back. Over here, the Rhino Squad is advancing, trying to get some damage there onto these mechs, or Mech Boy. Now we've got the Tactical Marines trying to capture the VP once again. We do got Stern Guard veterans deployed on out. He has replaced his fresh squad with Stern Guard veterans. Gens. Talk about capturing, destroying, or asking him to deploy out some more. Because there's currently no generators here, so it looks like red team's out of generators. Blue team still has these set of generators, but they're starting to be focused down now. With the thanks to the Storm Guard veterans having the armor piercing rounds loaded. Force starts pushing way forward. Apothecary does fall back, has been upgraded with the improved medical equipment, gaining some extra energy and instant regen. These generators have been decaptured, and he will not go, and the red team will not be able to capture it. Oh, goes on a nice smoke grenade there, very nice. Now the strike squad and if the source pushing forward, grenade thrown, knocks back some of his own strike squad there. Strike squad will need to fall back. Look out, mortar barrage coming out from the tank busters, getting some great damage there on the Rhino, almost takes it out. They able to aim move following up after it. They perhaps would have got the kill there. Weird Boy does get thrown ability there onto the Razorback as well as a single shot. Up here, Tankbuster's firing barrage there, takes out that Rhino. Scout's trying to repair up the Razorback while melee, but the Weird Boy does say does completely wipe out that scout squad, so there's no repairs left for the Apothecary. He can ask his teammate for repairs for Stormtroopers. And Apothecary does fall back. He does receive quite a bit of fire, but he can escape out, no problem. Got the Tactical Marines and the Stormguard veterans start firing away. Stormboys do jump on forward. They do not get close enough for a stun on those forces. But the Razorback does go down. York still has a lot of tier 1 infantry. Does detonate one of the models there, not really being all too effective. Got a lot of big shoes making their way over the flanks. The Brother Captain will like to get overwhelmed. Brother Captain has also been upgraded the Nemesis Force Halberd, as well as the Unending Purge, gaining some health on hit. Another generator does get bashed there. The last one may get bashed as well. Yeah, it does get bashed. Designated one of the models there, but he does have some good help from Gen help to recover from that. Does do a manual heal there on that one Tactical squad. Another good AoE heal. And that should keep these guys nice and topped off. Didn't drop any models right there. Strike squad and Coastal War Troopers can drop some models, however. This point will be deactivated once again and likely get decaptured. Red team is having no power generators, while blue has a handful of power generators, not a huge number, but enough to keep their stuff reinforced. They'll both reach tier 3 now. Amount of shooters they have to fly on the field, maybe a good idea to get out some knobs. Asking for resurrection. We got these Stormguard veterans. Do get spotted there. Chaos Apothecary does fall away. Not sure where the Brother Captain actually is at. It's way down here. So the Apothecary is pretty far away. Burner squad may go ahead and get close in on to the Apothecary, but the Apothecary is focusing down. Does fall back now. These forces start making their advance, trying to get some good damage in there. We got another fresh Razorback for some odd reason. He doesn't have any source of repairs other than his teammates for Stormtroopers. But you got the Mech Boy going down to the Stormguard veterans. Great hit there by the Plasma Cannon Devastator, but they are going to receive the rocks in return. Does abandon to the Razorback there, which was potentially save it. For the most part. More plasma cannon devastators wouldn't hurt. They are fighting against the orcs. They're pretty light. And does go ahead and get their resurrection there. Trying to get some caffeine to me as well. So you may have heard my drink. Apothecary does use the full auto ability, suppressing that Mech Boy. The Mech Boy has no the battery pack, which is a health and energy regen ability. It's like a medic, but not really a medic. Apothecary does fall back there. Storm Boys may jump in on these horses. Plasma Cannon Devastator rolls a miss there onto the Storm Boys. Plasma Cannon Devastator needs to make sure you're not hitting that Storm Boy. Does actually get the leader there quite a bit of damage. And the Plasma Cannon Devastator is currently suppressed there. Firing a shot onto this force up here. Does get a minor splash there. Strike Squad's advancing. Does wipe out the Storm Boys there, which actually is quite important. No, the Storm Boys still has one model remaining. They took out the leader, but not the actual squad itself.
There's come a reckoning, Greenskin.
More orcs are streaming on in. And this VP has been decaptured and recaptured. And more generators being bashed. The brother captain's going for his tier 3 now. He does have quite a bit of red points. Both of the Space Marine players have over 500 red points, so they get tier 3, they can call in their nuke. And the boys are very vulnerable to those nukes, I would say. Does fall back nice and early. May drop a model, but maybe not. Sluggers do find a hit there onto one of the Strike Squad. The Strike Squad is quite wounded, but both of them do fall back in time.
Boss, he's losing some land.
Mech Boy does teleport forward, trying to tap the Plasma Cannon Devastator in melee. May find a shot over here, does fire a shot. It was a pretty large miss there. The Mech Boy does fall back in time. And the Mech Boy himself does go down. Sturm Guard Veterans have seen quite a bit of fire there, drops a couple of models. As there's a lot of bullets now going towards Tactical Marines rather than the Sturm Guard Veterans. So Stormtroopers trying to get some good damage there onto the Sluggers. Tankbusters fire some rounds there, not doing all too much. They don't have any vehicles to shoot at the moment. We got all those orcs falling back. Yes, bigger is better, orc. Not sure what that means. He may be... Oh, holy crap, we got Daisy. I was not paying attention. Daisy has been deployed on out. They will need to pull out some las cannons to help deal with that, or go for a las cannon predator tank. They both the brother captain could go for a conversion beamer. Oh, we got actually a pair of missiles that now load up onto the Orc Battle Wagon. Does use that powerful ability there. Does go for the rollers there. Getting some good crushes there. A lot of healing coming on out onto these Tactical Marine squad, as well as we got the rocks now raining in. Apothecary has to use quite a bit of fire there. Apothecary will need to fall back. And it looks like all of the Tactical Marines are falling on back. Doesn't need one of the models there. Doesn't get any squad wipes. Plasma Cannon Devastator could get some damage there onto the Burners. We got a Protection Squad being deployed on out. Utilizing the healing build there, trying to get them quickly healed up as quickly as possible. Trying to push his way forward. Orc Battle Wagon has received quite a bit of fire there from the missile launchers. 2 rear armor hits there. Plasma Cannon does not fire off a shot there. It does get a great hit there. Multiple missile launcher shots there. It is using the healing ability now. Plasma Cannon shot does connect. Now we've got the Orbital Strike coming on in. Triangling around these forces, but does manage to get in between them all. Trying to avoid the fire by being in the middle. He does manage to avoid most of that damage thanks to the fact that he just fired around him, not on top of him. Purification Squad starting to push way forward. Gonna be upgraded to Conversion Beamer. The Strike Squad here may get wiped out. They do get wiped out there. And so does that Knob. MechBoy has 4 shooters there. One of the shooters just went down there now. Purification Squad gets great damage in as all these Tactical Marine Squads are advancing. All of these shooters are getting ripped apart by the Purgation Squad. Purgation Squad is a great AoE weapon. He does wipe out another squad right there. He's really throwing them away. He must be blacking out. We've got the Brother Captain in the mix of all of it as well, somehow, at full health. And all the shooters went down there. He was not paying attention.
Flash est gits.
Battle Wagon's getting some much needed repairs, so it'll take a bit of time for those 2 squads to repair it up. And now we do have a looted tank being deployed out by the other mech boy, the one that lost all of his shooters.
That's the best you can do.
This burner here can go ahead and repair up his teammates' forces as well as the mech boy. But he does fall back there.
Watch the nearest fight.
Hey, we's losing that. You know the thing.
Yep, they're losing the thing.
You pieces mucking
Power
up.
nodes started to be deactivated there. Still just relying on these small number of generators. Could throw out some more generators over here to get some bit extra power. Most of the orcs do have plenty of power potentially for the rest of the game.
Building that
He's
now it's
pretty much
going.
Popcat. Can't deploy on another squad there. Has a bit of MG for it. This guy, he needs more requisition primarily. He has plenty of power and income for the time being, but just needs a bit more requisition. Though with its population cap is population usage I should say is so low, it's able to get some great income there. Going for another looted tank, so it's going for mass looted tanks. Daisy starts making it her advance. Maybe going for the charge right there. There's the charge. Getting some great knockbacks there. The damage outputs on that's not actually that great. Going for the supercharged shot, getting some great damage there. Conversion Beamer. Lying on up there, something being cast there on top of the mech boy, using the big rumblers, knocking back, stunning the entire region there, allowing the battle wagon to get some great damage in. Massive earthquake being deployed by that mech boy. And it looks like this, the Apothecary's, all of his forces falling back. The Brother Captain has lost his Inquisitor Stormtrooper recently as well. And the Conversion Beamer is right here, falling back as well. Saying he needs a bit more time for Terminators. He needs... let's see, that is the Brother Captain, so going for perhaps the Paladin as an 18 vehicle Terminator, so should be better than going for the regular Terminators. They need some last cannon Devastators, that's for sure. Conversion Beamers start throwing their shots in there. We got the Storm Boys jumping on in. Plasma Cannon Devastator trying to find the shots there, but there's 2 looted things there. Both of them use the big boom ability, knocking back the Conversion Beamer. Strike Squad is engaging the Storm Boys in. Having trouble flying up shots there onto those looted tanks. The Orc Battle Wagon is quite wounded. Does try to jump away with the Storm Boy. Does manage to jump away with him. Strike Squad does get some reinforcements there. The Brother Captain's getting some great damage in. Brother Captain still has plenty of health. Paladins try to get some melee hits there onto the looted tanks there. No Devastator deployed, and now it's just going for more missile launcher tactical marine squads, which they're apparently all pushing right there and need those missile launchers over here. A long time ago. Now got another looted tank being deployed out by the other mech boy. But he can get out some more sluggers for repairs. Asking to capture some points. We've got the mech boy trying to go for a orc turret. I honestly don't even know if that even causes suppression. Missiles are raining in on the turret now. Going for another turret there. Immediately gets destroyed out. Orc turret is down. So we got the loot tanks as well as Daisy advancing. Here comes the big boom from Daisy, getting some great damage right there. Apothecary is trying to get some much AoE healing as possible. Great hit there on the Strike Squad. Strike Squad is almost down. Strike Squad does capture the point there, doesn't need to fall back. One loot tank does go down. A lot of missiles raining on the looted tanks. Terminator's quick teleport forward, trying to block the retreat path of these forces. And over here, we've got the Plasma Cannon Devastator knocking back the Weird Boy. It does stop the decapture there. Orc Battle Wagon has received quite a bit of fire there. We'll see it's loaded up with one of the shooters. Lots of damage onto these Tactical Marine squads. Storm Boys jump on in, but he does lose another looted tank there. Getting as much healing as possible on those Tactical Marine squads. Strike. The Storm Boys are just maintaining the distance onto those Tactical Marine squads, and they don't need to fall back now. Paladins quick teleport forward in order to try to finish off that looted tank. As they quickly capture the VPs, they are down to 11. Oh, wait. The Orcs are down to 11 VPs, not the Space Marines. VP being captured up by the Paladins, at least be captured. If you can't get a full capture, oh, teleports forward. Trying to go for melee hits there. It does hit the looted tank there. Terminators cannot retreat. They have to run away. They may need to fall back now. They may actually go down right now. Blue tank does crush carcass there. Paladins are receiving lots of fire there. They should have enough energy for a teleport. They need to pass cooldown. And there goes the Paladin. Mech boys do capture that point there. Mech boys are very mobile. This big boom does come forward, knocking back the Purgation squad. Strike Squad receiving quite a bit of fire there and trying to decapture at that point now. Oh. Why did that Gretchen just straight up just scream? Why did the Gretchen just scream like the Gretchen announcer just straight up just scream like that? What was that about? Either way, we got the Brother Captain advancing forward. We do have the Orc turret trying to be redeployed there. Brother Captain is down half health, down almost to 500 HP. Got another big shot there. A global bully has been activated there, and now here comes the next earthquake being put out by the mech boy. Getting some great stuns right there. The Orc battle wagon does go down, so Daisy is no more. Up north, we do have the scouts trying to capture the VP. There's a war truck here, Weird Boy, and of course the Burners. Scouts could find Ingo there to decapture the point. Mech Boy is trying to recover his team buddy's Mech Boy. So both Mech Boys are back up and going. And also the Apothecary and the Strike Squad are falling back. Scouts are trying to get to the point there, but the Burners in the region, he does mainly push them forward there. Does get a nice knockback there with the Weird Boy. Now this Mech Boy's pushing forward to capture this point. This may be the end of the game. I don't think the Space Marines can get that point's now being threatened. The other point's not is being threatened, and now this point is being threatened. So looks like the Orcs will come out ahead. And we got the GG being cast in globally. And that's the end of the replay.
Trash.
This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And of course, long loading screens. Very long loading screens. There we go. Let's see, that was this 2v2. Let's go with... Yeah, let's just go with this one. A lot of Eldari in this matchup. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn as the Ravener Alpha, we have a foreign name. Spawn as Farseer, we have King of Pythons, and Great is the Tyranid announcer. I hate the Tyranid announcer. Spawning as the opponent as the Warlock, we have a foreign name, and as his teammate as the Farseer, we have Val Hero. All the announcers, we had to get the Tyranid announcer when all three others are Eldari. We got two Hormigons that's been pointed out. Interesting. Asking what his teammates going for. That is the Warlock player. He says he's going for tier 2. Warlock does get a nice knockback there on the Ravener Alpha. Dude, you got triple Guardian squad being pulled out by the Warlock as well. The Farseer does, of course, have the Guardian to Howling Banshees, but nothing else at the moment. Ravener Alpha and Warlock just engaging at long range. Guards push their way forward, now Farseer is coming to engage the Ravener Alpha, whose Hormigons are right here, and the other squad of Hormigons are center as well. The Hormigons are a bit fragile, so this is going to be not exactly great hit there on those Hormigons. They're very vulnerable to AoE damage such as that. Do fall back in time. Ravener Alpha has received quite a bit of beating, and range is being pulled out by his teammate. Up north, we got the Farseer and Howling Banshees capture the points. Guardian squads are pushing away in the center as well with the Hormigons to support. And this requisition point will be decaptured now. Guardians getting some damage there onto the power node, and knock the Howling Banshees deployed on out as well. Plasma grenades are a retreat path. They're relatively successful. Nothing really juicy, but sometimes you just need to get some good hits, not fantastic hits. Now we do have a Ravener Brood to support the Ravener Alpha. It says I can heal. Looks like he has gone for the Spirit Stones. Very nice. The Hormigon down to 2 health, 1 health, and 0 health. Guardians pushing the way forward. Howling Banshees charging on 4 as well, which will find the Howling Banshees and do get a nice shout in the face of the Howling Banshees. Rangers now pitching damage at long range. Warlock trying to tie them up in melee as the Guardian squad does fall back. Guardians, Howling Banshees charging very, very far forward. They make it ripped apart there. This Guardian squad is still around. We've got the Farseers engaging each other's Guardian squads. Warlock is still in the mix as well. Plasma grenade was thrown. And he may have lost actually a Guardian squad there. I'm pretty sure he had another squad of Guardians. I could be mistaken. There's a lot of resources stockpiled up. Ravener Alpha engaging these forces, trying to get some good damage in. As we got these forces already getting healed up and reinforced. Our Ranger squad's advancing. And I see a lot of Ravener tunnels on the field as well. Guardian squad pushing the way forward. We'll find these forces. Great hit there, and that Hormigaunt does manage to avoid those plasma grenades, leading to a full retreat. Running forward allowed him to not get wiped out by those plasma grenades. This Guardian squad will manage to barely escape on out there. Ravener squad try and tie up the Guardian weapon team up in melee, but they do drop a model there and receive lots of fire there. There's 2 Guardian weapon teams deployed out by the Warlock. So 3 Guardians, 2 Guardian weapon teams. The Farseer is going for tier 2, as this Farseer has gone for 2 Rangers, as you can see right here. Neither of them upgraded with the Pathfinder gear just yet. And we do have these forces are advancing. Howling Banshee is also moving forward with the Guardians. Ravener Alpha will need to fall back sooner or later. Does get a nice special attack there. Ravener Alpha still has most of the gun for pretty much a melee build. It's been upgraded with the Crippling Talons, reducing speed and increases melee skill and damage, melee damage. And reinforced Chitin, which slows units in within a radius 6 for 3 seconds when Ravener is hit by melee attack. Also increases health and weapon knockback and domino knockback. Not bad. Some of these Ravener holes now being cleaned on up. We've got the Ravener squads. We've got 2 squads of Raveners. 2 Ravener broods deployed on out. Hormagaunts do a score around capturing point. They're not really suited for combat anymore. And great damage there on those Guardian squads. Farseer received quite a bit of fire right there. We've got this Guardian team here, and Farseer does get a nice little heal there with the Spirit Stone. Does teleport forward, but receives a plasma grenade there upon popping out. That Ravener squad will need to fall back. The other Ravener squad has teleported forward on top of the Guardian's weapon team. The Hormagaunts are still in the mix as well. This Raveners will need to fall back as well. Very, very wounded. Farseer were not getting melee hits there. And the Hormagaunts will fall back as well. Ravener Alpha's right there, and we got a nice flank here by the Rangers and Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees do get suppressed there, as the other Howling Banshee does scream in their faces and run away. Go for a plasma grenade there. Does get one of the models there. Doesn't get finished off this Breathless squad, however. Does fall back. There is some warp spires deployed out by the Farseer. And now got the Ravener Alpha receiving quite a bit of fire there. Getting some good hits in there, but getting overwhelmed. The Guardians Whip team could potentially get wiped there, but the Ravener Alpha does go down. And that's probably too far forward for Resurrection. Thinking this Farseer. Plus, they can't get Resurrection, so if they're already down, both down. Power generators seeing quite a bit of fire there from the warp spiders. I think they just said Farseer's respawn. It's really hard for me to tell what the Tyranid announcer says because I hate the Tyranid announcer. I absolutely hate the Tyranid announcer. That's the Warlock. Has to look at the Immolator, which grants a incendiary ability. And these Raveners will go ahead and teleport forward onto the Guardian's weapon team, causing oh so many troubles. There's the Immolate ability. I think it's called Immolate. It also grants the Immolate ability. Yes, I guessed correctly. And of course, whenever Steam loses connection, even though I am watching a replay, it ends the replay. So I have to go back where it's at. While that's loading, I'm going to pull up a stream and see where, at which time frame it actually went down. Let's see. Yeah, I had the thing minimized, so I don't know what time actually ended. Ugh. And you're going up to ×4. So I have to wait for this to be fast forward. Sorry about this. Yep, good engagement there. Remember that. Only one Ravener squad is currently deployed on out. Second Ranger spout is being deployed out now. It was past that one. That's where the Hormagaunts avoid the plasma grenade by charging forward. This is behind that low health one. This so the second Ravener squad has not been deployed on out. And there's the Ravener squad. This is where the Rangers were flanking, almost like the Howling Banshees. And I believe the next engagement is when it gets back to normal. So let's go and put it at normal pace now. Yep, there's the Raveners pushing their way forward, Hormagaunts as well. We got the Warp Spires advancing onto these generators. Do have the Aspect of Warp Spider research right there, and now I got the Raveners advancing. Got the Guardians right here. This seems about right. Raveners are using heavy cover there from the shield generator, but of course they're on the wrong side. The immolate ability will be cast in right here shortly. And these Raveners are getting overwhelmed. They do jump forward right there. The immolate ability is starting to come down right there, and now the Raveners are going to be chasing down these Guardians. I think this is where I actually got the game lose connection to Steam to force me out of a replay. It's not online. Plasma grenade on the retreat path. Relatively successful, but didn't get any model drops there. Just got some good damage in, which can slow their redeployment. Warp Spiders may get some melee hits in there as well. Yep. But no model drops just yet. These forces are making their way forward. Got some shots there. And this player has actually lost a Guardian's weapon team. Guardian squad, I should say. I'm trying to chase down that Warp Spy or Warlock. As these Rangers are falling back, one of them has lost quite a bit of force there. Farseer is engaging Farseer in melee. But I believe the Howling Mech nearby, the Howling Mech should be able to win out the fight, no problem. Artillery tower does go down there as these Guardians capture up the points up north. We got a Tyrant Guard on the field queue as well as a Wraith Lord. More generators are being under siege. And it looks like the Ravener Alpha does fall back from these forces. Ravener Hold being focused down as well as we got more Warp Spider shots onto the power node. Warp Spiders do teleport to the low ground there as they start in... Okay. And of course, I can't cast replays if that keeps on popping up. Let me do some poking around, try to get this fixed. Can't put Steam to offline. Yes, I am disconnected. Let's head to another replay. If it happens once more, I'm just gonna have to call it a day because I can't do streams if I can't even go through an entire replay. Save that replay for later. Let's just head to a different replay at this point in time. I don't feel like trying to fast forward the same replay over and over again. Being which I need to pull up streams over there because I alt-tabbed. And here we are. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Lictor Alpha, we have Truzar spawning his teammate as the Plague Champion with Kicken. On the north side as the Warlock, we have KAF and the Chaos Lord Panzer Battalion. Also do have 2 squads of Termagants being deployed out by the Lictor Alpha. For the Plague Champion, we've got some Chaos Marines and Chaos Marines for the Chaos Lord. And the Warlock has gone for Howling Banshees into Guardians. And I get the Tyranid Announcer once again. Lictor Alpha does find a little grab there onto the Guardians. Lictor Alpha is eyeing to be very aggressive. And looks like Lictor Alpha will get spotted there by the Farseer. Lictor Alpha will manage to camouflage away from these forces. Hormagaunts coming in forward to support, as well as the Hormagaunts capturing the points. We got the Plague Champion being engaged by the Chaos Lord in melee. And now the Plague Champion does get forced back there by the Heretics and Chaos Marines. We got a Nurgle Ritual here, which gives these guys a bit of extra health regen, which is very handy indeed, as the Apothecary starts advancing, trying to get some shots there onto the Chaos Lord. Over here, Guardians and Howling Banshees make an advance with the Lictor Alpha is camouflaging away. We've got the Termagants and Hormagaunts in this region. Termagants and Hormagaunts are quite low health, a little bit squishy. And the Chaos Heretics, multiple Chaos Heretics detonations there. This one does fall back severely wounded, as this one's trying to gauge the Chaos Lord now. The Chaos Lord is very resilient, should be a win out versus these Heretics, no problem. Over here, we've got the Termagants and Hormagaunts are falling back, the Lictor Alpha as well. We do have a Warrior Brood being pulled out. It could be a melee one, it could be for the suppression weapon platform one. Ritual being activated there with the remaining Heretics trying to get this Chaos Marine some extra health regen. And the Chaos Lord does fall back there. Termagants and Hormagaunts advancing slow. Howling Banshees using a bit too much fire there. Made the activated point, but I don't think any generators actually went down. Rangers have been deployed now. We do have a Wolf Bolt there onto the Hormagaunts, getting good damage in, with the Rangers getting a fine shot there as well. They have been upgraded the Pathfinder gear. Chaos Marines are advancing. We do have the Heretics in the back as well. Power node has been captured up. The power node is starting to be focused on down there now. Guardian Weapon team being pulled out by the Warlock. The Warrior Brood is not be receiving any upgrades at the moment either, so no Barb, Strangler, Suppression Weapon. We do got some Noise Marines being pulled out. Noise Marines, of course, an excellent weapon, especially when they get up with the Blast Master. Chaos Marines are, of course, tied in melee with the undetected mesh effect. We may see some model detonations there. Yep, multiple model detonations there. The other squad will detonate now as well. Plague Champion gets knocked forward. The Heretics receive quite a bit of fire there, and now got the nice knockback onto the Chaos Marines. And the Warrior Brood and Hormagaunts are pushing forward as well. That should allow the Plague Champion to help secure up this region. Does activate a ritual there. Chaos Marines are receiving some much needed health regen as the Plague Champion is trying to pitch some shots there onto the Chaos Lord now. Look, Alpha could try grabbing the Warlock. The point may get deactivated, receiving quite a bit of fire there. The point does get deactivated there. Hormagaunts and Warrior Brood are making their advance. We have the Guardian Weapon team here suppressing these forces. And look, Alpha could try grabbing the gun itself. Immolate ability has been activated, so we do have the Immolator weapon equipped on the Warlock. And these forces are all getting suppressed there, though the Termagants haven't been suppressed just yet. But one of the Warrior Brood's models do go down there now. And all these forces are now falling on back. Over here, we do got the Plague Chamber receiving quite a bit of fire. And now we do got some Chaos Raptors. Not a huge fan of Chaos Raptors. They don't feel like they scale all too well, but they should do some good work right now. Especially when we try and type the Noise Marines. They're being deployed out primarily across a counter unit versus those Noise Marines. Good hit there. Does do a full retreat now. And the Guardian Weapon team has been packed up, trying to be redeployed, and now perhaps on the low ground. There's some good cover right there for it. It does deploy up right there. Guardians need to fall back to draw them into the fire of that Guardian's Weapon team. Guardian Squad once again also charging forward, and we'll potentially find the Lictor Alpha. These forces are pushing their way forward, trying to get some gen bashing in. We do now have another Heretic squad being pulled out by the Chaos Lord. We got our ritual being activated there, getting some nice needed health regen. One generator does go down there. Chaos Marines trying to stop them, but they're not being successful. Noise Marines, and now got a big force being pushed forward. As well, now we've got the Plague Biosphere deployed out by the Plague Champion. Lesser Scene upgrade there, which basically gives him a flamethrower weapon. We do have, looks like a Bile Spew being, Toxic Bile being deployed out right there. Getting some great damage on these forces. Good suppression onto the Plague Champion's forces as another model detonation there, really whiffing, I would say. And the Raptor Squad does teleport or jump away in time. Some model detonations there as well. Got those forces falling back. The Warlock is now receiving quite a bit of fire there. We've got the Howling Banshees charging forward. Warrior Brood still not upgraded. Immolate ability there on the Termagants. It's good AoE damage onto them. Guardian Weapon teams has set on up, be able to suppress the Termagants no problem. And the Lictor Alpha is making his way forward, trying to tie up some of these guys up in melee, but a little bit overextended, I'll say. Over here, we got the Chaos Marines engaging. Heretic Squad does fall back, and these generators are going to be claimed by the Plague Champion, as well as the requisition point. The Lictor Alpha is having trouble maintaining the control of this area. This said not been able to deploy out any generators there, while these generators have been untouched this entire game, and these ones were only recently touched. And now we do got the Guardians pushing their way forward with the Guardian Weapon team. Raptors does spot this flank. I also got the Heretics and Noise Marines pushing down south as well. There's only a pair of Heretics in the Tactical and the Chaos Marine squad. The Plague Champion, I believe, is back at home. Nope, he's right there. Maybe good. Does deal with the Caustic Bile ability there. Not very effective. Ran a little bit short there. Does get some slow down there, and we've got the Ritual not being activated, allowing these guys to charge through the Caustic Bile. One Heretic Squad does fall back. This one needs to fall back as well. It detonates a model, but it detonated on top of the Chaos Lord. They will need to fall back. The Aspiring Champion makes his way back as well, so that squad will be saved. We've got a flank here by the Lictor Alpha and Warrior Brood. Raptors charging forward, really whiffs, trying to hit those Noise Marines, Chaos Marines, engaging the Chaos Lord in melee, and the Lictor Alpha is falling back while the Warrior Brood is making a soft retreat. Reference can upgrade. The Sergeant has the Demonic Maul, and both the Chaos Marines and Chain Raptors are falling back. Got the Howling Banshees once again ripping apart to the power generator, and we've got a Capillary Tower being deployed out right there. Generator does get decaptured there, or deactivated. And now the Warlock is going for a Wraith Lord. Going for a ritual here, topping off the health of the Plague Champion as well as these forces. Raptor does need a little bit more health. Number of shield generators right here. Looks like the Eldari places the Iron Bar defensive position on this power generator. Could activate to hold it a little bit longer. They also got some Rippers here, probably trying to use those just to absorb shots. Down south, we've got the Lictor Alpha jumping on. It has been upgraded with the Deadly Leap ability, also increases health by 150. And we've got a Tyrant Guard now out on the field as well to barge in. We got the Black Noise Marines to upgrade the Blast Master. That's a good light or medium artillery piece. And the Wraith Lord, he may go for the Bright Lance just to help engage that Tyrant Guard. But Tyrant Guard is not simply high damage. They're very durable, not as like super high damage. Power generators are receiving quite a bit of fire right there. Up north, we've got these forces are advancing. We'll run to a Lightning Claw to equip Chaos Lord over here. Rippers could charge forward to absorb some shots. We've got the anti-vehicle melee weapons for the Warrior Brood, which can be useful. Massive charge right here. Looks like the Blast Master didn't get a whole lot of work done. It looks like the Plague Champion managed to close and win this engagement. Over here, we've got these forces that are advancing. Overall, the Lictor Alpha is just sort of slowly retreating away, allowing his Termagants to get back in the forest. We've got now Venom Brood deployed out as well. Lictor Alpha's charging his forward, may use Deadly Leap there onto the Guardian Weapon team. Does spot the Guardian Weapon team there now. Warrior Brood's on the mix, so is the Tyrant Guard. Does use Deadly Leap ability there on the Guardian Weapon team, trying to tie it up the melee. Now I've got the Ultra Charge Plasma Grenades raining on him, getting some great damage there. Ability Towers in the region, Wraith Lord gets wiped out. Termagants will go ahead and escape on out there. Got a full retreat there, trying to reform his line. Rippers goes down, but they are expendable squad. I got the Plague another ritual being activated there. Chaos Marines have actually been upgraded with the Chain Axes. Very nice. I like seeing that upgrade. And the Plague Champions have also been upgraded with the Plague Power Fist. That's a lot of melee weapons for the Plague Champion. In fact, entirely melee force. No grenade launchers whatsoever. Let's get jump on top of the Guardian Weapon team once again. Start pushing way forward. A lot of these forces are being overwhelmed. The Tyrant Guard has seen quite a bit of fire there. Plasma grenade onto the Warrior Brood, mostly hitting the Termagant or Hormagant. Tyrant Guard down to the last 12 health. Does receive some much needed help there. Does call it down now. Unable to finish it off because of no anti-vehicle weapon. Guardian Weapon team has not been upgraded with Bright Lance either. Now the Tyrant Guard should get some much needed health regen. And the unit player maybe it'll help finally secure his own sector. Blast Master fired a round off, but maybe it was not exactly a fire. Lining up a shot over here, fires. Gets a decent hit there on the Raptors, nothing too critical. Plague Marines have been deployed on out as well. Chaos Raptors charging forward, does go ahead and whoop in front of the Chaos Dreadnought, has been upgraded with the Power Claws. And great hit there by the Blast Master there onto these forces. Over here, we do got these Termagants advancing, trying to get some good damage in there. We do got some Wraith Guard deployed on out, which is a good anti-general unit. Blastmaster does fall back there. Does detonate when the Mauls there. And the Blastmaster will skip onto there as the Chaos Heretics are falling back as well. Plague Champion has received quite a bit of fire. The Plague Champion is almost down. The Chaos Lord still is almost a max out of health. Both your Guardians are advancing. Looks like the Lictor Alpha himself goes down. No Warlock upgrade on the Wraith Guard just yet. Nor Wraithbone. And we've got a health ritual right here. Both of them are going off. I don't know if those rituals stack. The Mark of Khorne Dreadnought does gun down the Plague Champion. Missile launcher does connect there. Plague Chaos Lord getting some great hits there onto the Plague Marines. And with that anti-vehicle weapon being tied up, he's unable to get off any missile shots there onto the Dreadnought. Also got a Synapse generator deployed out by the Lictor Alpha, and the Plague Marines fully go down. Archtalk does jump forward, trying to get some good healing there. And the Venom Brood has an upgrade of the Death Spitters. Despite death. They're not getting some much needed help. And Lictor Alpha is trying to go for a resurrection there on the Plague Champion, but probably won't be successful. If he does revive him, he's likely going to get finds a Blastmaster shot there. If he does pick it up, he's probably going to immediately get whacked by the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought. We got the Chaos Marines pushing way forward. They do have, of course, the leader does have the Melta pistol. Not sure how exactly effective versus vehicles, but probably mediocre. Probably better versus heavy infantry. Trying to resurrect the Plague Champion now. And does get the Plague Champion. The Plague Champion does have an anti-vehicle melee weapon. Chaos Lord engaging these forces, trying to chase down the Plague Marines. Raptor's trying to slow down that Plague, the Chaos Lord. Over here we got these forces pushing before. Another Wraith Lord. The Warrior Brood is falling up back. I don't see the Venom Brood. There's the Venom Brood. Now we've got the Termagants and Hormagaunts advancing, or just the Termagants. Hormagaunts capture the VP. Plasma grenade onto the Hormagaunts. They do interrupt the capture right there. And looks like the Plague Champ does go down once again, and the Chaos Dreadnought does stay alive. Wraith Guard may go down. Lictor Alpha does jump right there, get some multiple melee hits in. Having trouble with the last melee hit there. It does use the grab ability there, leaving down the 14 health. Tyrant Guard trying to pursue the Wraith Guard was unsuccessful. Yeah, let's go ahead and haul down there to get some much needed help. Blastmaster pushes his way forward. Plague Champion still down. Chaos Lord at level 6. Plague Champion as level 4. And the Ranger does find a shot there onto the Termagant. Generators seeing some fire. So the Synapse generator will go down. And something we realized as well, the Warlock is down over here as well. Here to start making their way forward, both unupgraded. We've got the Plague Marine, or not Plague Marine, Chaos Marines receiving a nice hit there from the Blastmaster. And relying on the Ritual to get some extra health regen. Found the Plague Marines, which will tie them up in melee. Getting rid of those will remove the anti-vehicle threat. That's going to jump on top of the Blastmaster. We've got the Plague Cloud not being deployed now. Raptor needs to get a small hitting that Chaos Dreadnought. Still trying to hit that Chaos Lord. The Chaos Lord is, he built it very, very beefy, that's for sure. Has the Dark Halo and the Harness of Rage. Plague Champion's falling back. Plague Marine still trying to fire some missiles there onto the Plague, onto the Chaos Dreadnought. Chaos Marines may go down. Looks like the Champion did go down, so also doesn't have the access to the Melta pistol. Does lose another model right there. Plague Champions just can't keep their distance from that Chaos Dreadnought. On the left side, we've got these forces pushing me forward. Rippers and Hormagaunts absorb most of those blows. The Hormagaunts do fall back. The Rippers get wiped out. Got a lot of anti-infantry force here, but nothing to really engage that Wraith Lord, which has been upgraded the Shuriken Cannon. Chaos Dreadnought charging on forward, trying to get that Plague Marine. Does send a shot there. Need a kite around. No reinforcement around the Plague Champion. May need to go for the Aspiring Champion before it goes for anything else. Let's get a reinforced model there onto the Plague Marines, as the Plague Champion does have his anti-vehicle weapon there now. And with the continuous slows from the rocket launcher, should be able to finish him off no problem. If the Dreadnought does go down over here, Warrior Brew does fall back. Iron Guard is still quite healthy. There's another Venom Brood in the mix as well. Look, the Alpha has also been upgraded with the Menacing Message, grants the Terrified ability to forces enemy units to retreat back. Does grab the Warlock there, trying to focus him down now. And the Warlock does receive quite a bit of fire there, so has plenty of health for the retreat. Great damage being coming out from the Wraith Guard, but it's getting knocked back there by the Tyrant Guard charge. We got his teammates bringing in some heretics, so support him. The Chaos Marines have an upgrade of plasma guns, but you got also a Mark of Nurgle Chaos Predator, which honestly I do like, because he's fighting against a lot of melee units, and that will provide him a lot of damage resistance against melee. Another big engagement here. Wraith Guard does fire some rounds there onto the Venom Brood. He's also got the Chaos Predator over here, in which he can receive damage resistance from the Iron Guard and from the Warrior Brood. Chaos Marines advances well, gains some shots there on the Plague Marines. And Blastmaster finds a shot there on the Tyrant Guard. Tickets are, there's a triple capture in favor of blue, but they only have 43 tickets remaining, so they're not in the greatest position ticket-wise. Iron Guard may go down, receive lots of fire there. Does try to hold down there, and does get cleaned up by the Wraith Guard, or Wraith Lord. Capillary Tower does receive some incendiary effect there from the immolator of the Warlock. Wraith Guard are making their advance as well. So it looks like the red and blue are red team is pushing heavily on this side. Blue is trying to capture some energy, get some extra energy there. The Lictor Alpha is at tier 3 and has a lot of resources sorted up. He may be eyeing for the Swarm Lord or the Zenithro. The Warlock is going for tier 3 now. The Chaos Lord has gone for tier 3. And the Plague Champion is only at tier 2 and has a lot of energy. And here comes the Tyrannoformation. Charging on forward, trying to get some damage in. A lot of Capillary Towers going down, but still a handful of Capillary Towers in the region. Chaos Terminators have been deployed out as well. There's a lot of force over here by red. Yeah, just trying to squeeze out a double capture. They only need to hold a double capture for a short amount of time. We got the Chaos Lord advancing, trying to get receiving quite a bit of fire there. Chaos Lord is seeing more and more fire. His energy finally goes down right there. We have Ritual being deployed out by the Chaos Heretics, but of course I don't think that affects his teammate. The Nurgle Shrines can, but not the Rituals. Chaos Terminators do have, of course, good melee weapons. Seeing a lot of focus fire right there. As Lictor Alpha does jump forward, trying to get that point to be captured. There's a capture against them, and they can't afford being captured against them for too long. Wraith Lord does take out the Plague Champion right there. Got some more and more missile launching shots there. Chaos Predator is not really pushing his way forward. Does use the immolate ability onto the Ritual casting heretics. At this point has been decaptured, giving Blue more breathing room. Venom Brood needs to start hitting that Chaos Predator a bit more effectively. Got more Plague Marine shots there as well. 2 Plague Marines going on. We got Carnifex being loaded up with the anti-vehicle weapon. Going for the Bioplasma as well. getting a decent hit there. Trying to prep the Chaos Predator and melee. Does also have its own little bit of health regen. This is Mark of Nurgle. Is that Eldritch Storm? Eldritch Storm has been casted by the Warlock. Doing some great damage there. I think there was a couple squad wipes. That's way to everything. Down to, he's lost all of his Termagants. He now has a Warrior Brood, Venom Brood, and the Carnifex. The Venom Brood that's left may be the... Yeah, it's the AT vehicle, so we lost the Venom Spitter one as well. This point is captured, giving Blue the breathing room they need. Blue also has quite a bit of resources stockpiled up. He could go for another Carnifex. Look out for trumping on forward, trying to get that point. Trying to camouflage now, but we'll see quite a bit of fire there. Does get the camouflage there, but the Guardians do push forward to spot him.
Victory point. The enemy has 100 points remaining.
And looks like the Chaos Marines do manage to close in on top of the Noise Blastmaster. And they should do a lot of damage to that Chaos Lord, given enough time. Does do a stop there and quickly recaptures it, forcing the knockback. Does have a ritual being activated there, very nice. And this point will be captured up. That will be a capture against Blue with a counting down as well. Immediately recapturing up with the Chaos Heretics. But we've got the Chaos Portal coming on for it, annihilating that Heretic squad. They need to get back in there. Hormagaunts trying to capture the point as well. Heretics perhaps to try. He's lost the Hormagaunts, and that decapturing like that is going to be very important. They're running very, very low in tickets. Actually, the Hormagaunts squad actually managed to live as well. Has 4 tickets remaining. Has the ritual being activated. Chaos Marines who receive much needed health regen, but there's a lot of force right here. This point has been stopped from being decaptured there by the Rangers. Does get one of the models as well. The point has been interrupted. Realizing he has to engage, let's use a Plague Cloud there as well. He just needs to slow down his opponent. He's unable to capture it, so might as well slow him down. The Plague Cloud could get him much breathing room, but the Chaos Terminators are still in the region. And he doesn't really have anything to stop the Terminators either. He has a lot of resources. He gets out a Predator. He can't save up for a Land Raider or a Ground Clean one. Does get the Spire Champion upgrade there as well. The Terminators, however, will be able to crush those Chaos Marines no problem. Heretics are in the mix as well. Up here, the Liquid Alpha has jumped on top of his VP. We still got the Chaos Predator and Falcon. Actually, this is a relatively fresh Fire President as well. Not Falcon. Second Carnifex, one point out. One's upgraded the String of Form Cannon. That's the suppression weapon there. They have to capture this point, which gives Team Blue their breathing room. So if they capture this point up here, they will capture this point up here. It won't count down against them. It won't be the end of the game for them. The Wraith Force falling back severely wounded. Fire President still finding a way. Got 2 Carnifexes here, which is a lot of durable force. And right now he's hitting those Venom Brood, not the Carnifexes. Parting Whip team may get wiped out right there. And the point does not get fully captured. The Plague Marines need to start capturing it up. Wraith Guard advancing well. The Carnifexes receiving quite a bit of fire. Up here, we've got the Chaos Lord just camping that point. And now Red is trying to capture this point now. It's been too long not capturing up that they actually may lose a game because of that. And this point gets captured. Oh, this point got decaptured either way, and that's the end of the game. This is Andrew saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And while this game's loading, I need to make a quick restroom break. And I'm back. Okay, that replay went a little bit better. No... What's it called? Steam interruptions. Yeah, actually, I think I may have actually cast this one already. But let's go ahead and go towards this one. I'm expecting a lot of noise blasters. Or blastmasters. And no music. I do have a rule that if there's no music, restart the game. Because sometimes music starts playing once you restart the game, and the music does make a big difference in my opinion. Because the music in this game is really good. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Chaos Sorcerer, we have the Tesno. Spawning up as his teammate as the Chaos Lord, we have Demonos. Spawning as the Tech Marine, we have a foreign name. As the Force Commander, we have a foreign name. I can't speak foreign, nor can I really read it. I can hardly speak English. Decent at gibberish. Got Chaos Marines into 2 Heretic squads versus 2 Tactical Marines and pots into 2 Scout squads. Got 1 Scout squad on the queue. Maybe the Force Commander is actually not going for another Scout squad. Scouts are pushed away into the center. We got blue capturing the northern flank. Blue is going for the southern flank as well. And both of Red's heroes and tactical marines are in the center of the map. Chaos Marines start throwing some rounds there onto the power node as it's being activated. Could get deactivated, but got a pretty good flank here. And this power node was not actually activated there, so it will get decaptured. Another Heretic being deployed out by the Warlock. The Warlock is the one on down south, so we're going to see a lot of Heretics, maybe for some grenade launchers. Trying to deactivate the point, but we'll see a lot of attrition for it. Does throw a shotgun shot onto that barrel, and we may see a knockback there. Does get a knockback there onto the Heretic squad, gets good damage from there. We got the Warlock bolts. Oh yeah, another reason why Warlocks tend to get more Heretics is for more sacrifices for energy. Heretics do fall back there. Got this Scout squad forcing back the Tactical Marines or Chaos Marine squad. Another Chaos Marine squad is advancing. May see another shotgun knockback there. That special attack was not exactly successful. As the Tech Marine starts advancing, this point has not been activated. Plus, the generator has been deployed on out. In the center, got Scouts pushing forward, this time with a grenade right there. Sergeant upgrade has been researched on that one. Not a shotgun upgrade. And the Chaos Marine is getting some slices there onto the Space Marines. Tactical Marines are falling back, severely wounded. They could do a full retreat to get some much needed health. As the Chaos Lord starts advancing, we do got these shotguns advancing, getting some good damage there onto the Chaos Lord. Heretic squad are seeing some shotgun blasts and being pursued. We got these Chaos Marines engaging these forces, getting some good damage in there. As the Chaos Marines or Tactical Marines are still capturing the point, and they're very, very wounded. They need an apothecary, but there's none to be found.
Weapons for the slaves of heresy.
Looks like one of them has gone for some weapons. We've got grenade launchers on one of these squads. And another squad of grenade launchers. The Warlock's going for a lot of grenade launchers. Force Commander charging on forward, being upgraded the armor of Alacrity, which increases speed. He could detonate one of those Chaos Heretic models there. Gains some great damage there. The assault rifle's providing consistent damage as well. Force Commander does fall back there. This Heretic squad is down a couple models as well. Could see some, yeah, we do see a set of knockback grenades coming forward. Does get one of the models there, two of the models. And that point has been actually captured and activated by their opponents, but the grenade launcher should be able to quickly displace that. Scouts moving forward, both of them upgraded with shotguns. Pat's going to try some flanking, more scout shotguns. And holy crap, got a raid of 20 people. Don't you usually cover Heroes 1, not Dawn of War 2? Oh, either way, welcome to the stream. We do got a knockback there onto the Space Marines there with the Noise Marine. We got a lot of Tactical Marine squads. He's gone for a second Tactical Marine squad. May see a shotgun knockback onto these heretics. Multiple grenades are being thrown on forward, as well as the warlocks or sorcerers bolts. Another grenade launcher squad here, so it looks like there's 3 grenade launcher squads deployed on out. These forces are making their way forward. The Chaos Marines may need to fall back sooner rather than later, getting a bit overwhelmed. The Force Commander is going to try and tie up the Havoc up in melee, which he's slowly doing. And the Chaos Marines being fact, Tactical Marine squads are very, very low in health. We've got the Devastator deployed out. Of course, the Chaos Squad cannot be suppressed. Havoc squad still trying to run away from the Force Commander. And you got another camouflage ritual coming on forward, trying to get these guys hidden away. The Force Commander's falling on back. We got the Chaos Marines and another Havoc squad. Yeah, another Havoc squad on the pew. No, it does get canceled right there. Knockback grenades, knocking back the Devastator Marines. As we got the Noise Marines trying to charge them forward as well. Once the Noise Marines tie up the Devastators, they won't be able to fire. These scouts have an upgrade. With their sergeant upgrade now. It's not Company Heroes. Did I forgot to change it to Company Heroes? Did I make a mistake? No, it says I'm streaming Dawn of War 2. So that was not me. That was simply _code. Tactical Marine is receiving quite a bit of fire there. We've got the Chaos Havocs engaging the Chaos Marines. That's another Devastator squad pushing the way forward. We've got the Tactical Marines here receiving a knockback. No, the Devastator's being knocked back right there, with a couple of models being caught up in between. A lot of grenades raining on top of the Scout squad. Does get a shotgun knockback there, knocking back the grenade launcher squads, but they get knocked back in return. Noise Marines charging forward, trying to tying up the Tactical Marine squads there. The Tactical Marine squads over here does get suppressed by the Havoc squad as more grenades being fired away. Those grenades probably still on cooldown, so can't get any knockback grenades there. There's a Devastator squad sitting out again, trying to get this squad suppressed. Both of these hitting the Noise Marines here. Chaos Sorcerer making his advance. And will fire off his what's called Doom Bolts. Getting some good damage there as well. More grenades still, of course, raining on in. A lot of grenades. Multiple players going for tier 2, and we already have this Force Commander already got tier 2, getting the Razorback now. Looks like that ability was largely dodged there. They're all quite wounded as well, so these grenades should do some good work there. Knocks back one of those Chaos Marines. As these Heretic squads falling back. Havoc is still quite healthy, though a little bit wounded. We may see him try to crawl forward with shotgun knockback, and there's actually a Tactical Marine actually in the mix of it as well. Knocked back onto the Chaos Sorcerer, which will force him back. Seeing lots of fire right there. Over here, we've got the Chaos Heretics engaging the power generator. As we do got the Chaos Lord and the Force Commander engaging glorious melee, but the Chaos Lord's going to win that fight.
You are losing us a victory point.
The VP is being captured on up as the requisition point here. Generators will receive some fire there. Devastator Marines do not have advanced targeting to get the Vengeance round ability. You're probably going to see some knockback grenades as well. Yep, knockback grenades have been fired. And on the Tech Marine. strafing the entire area with grenades, trying to make their way forward as well. Looks like the other Heretic squad does fall back. Havocs are set up in a defense position as Noise Marines will be hitting those scout squads, killing them all off. And maybe the first squad wipe this game. Devastator's setting on up, suppressing these forces. And we've got some more knockback grenades there as the creeping barrage. Razorback is making its flank. Grenades can do some damage towards it. The adversary almost got wiped out. The grenades can do some damage to it, but not a great amount. It's more of a, not even a soft counter, just able to engage. We've got the Tech Marine global ability being activated there for repairs. I would say that's not very needed. It was hardly scratched. Down south, we've got the Noise Marines pushing way forward with the grenade launchers. And we do have now the Chaos Dreadnought deployed on out with its autocannon. Black Marines have been deployed out as well, but the Force Commander is going to say hello to it. Chaos Lord is going to try to tie up these guys up in melee, and these guys are getting forced back by the Dreadnought. Black Marines are seeing more and more fire there. It looks like the Chaos Lord has been, not quite Chaos Lord, the Force Command has been upgraded, fully upgraded. We've got the Thunder Hammer, Armor of Alacrity, and the Sacred Standard. Razorback receiving lots of fire there from an autocannon Havoc. Being repaired up by the scouts, however. He will escape on out of there. Got the bolts raining on in, getting some good damage there onto those Devastators. Does suppress the Warlock there. Over the left side with the Havoc or Dreadnought engaging these generators, getting some gen bashing. As of these Tactical Marines receiving some fire there now. Razorback almost fully healed up. It does get out limit and generator right there. When these guys will push a little bit far forward, so can receive some auto cannon fire. And of course, camouflage forward, maybe going for a grenade. They're of course in space. They are a quite durable squad. Getting some great hits there on the Devastators. And these scouts have not been detected, but we do got the Chaos Heretic. The Aspiring Champion is a spotter, does get it spotted there, or decloaks right there. Grenade thrown on top of the Havoc squad, gains some great damage there, and teleports his Chaos Dreadnought into the mix as well, able to ambush the Razorback. Got, of course, the missile launcher upgrade on the Tactical Marine squad. He mainly tied them up in melee. And it looks like the Chaos Tactical Marine squads are all falling back. Got the Chaos Marines getting some good damage on the retreat path. Looks like all the models will escape. Global repairs have been activated, repairing up his Razorback. And Tech Marines receiving a lot of fire right there. Does get balled back. And Devastator may get wiped out right there. Still has plenty of health though. And now we've got some gen bashing come forward. The Noise Marines should make short work of them. Ooh, that Dreadnought is wounded. And let's say these Heretics push a bit too far forward. Now we're seeing fire from everything and gets ripped apart. Though that was not upgraded grenade launchers. And this Heretic needs to start repairing up the Dreadnought as soon as possible. Noise Marines do get a second generator, maybe a good idea to fall back. Plague Marines do find a missile there. Goes on a smoke grenade on self. Global repairs? No, that's just the local repair ability. And looks like he's able to out heal the damage. That smoke grenade helps reduce this damage, receive damage. He does get tied up in melee there. Frag grenade thrown in the mix and then knocked him back. And got some knockback grenades as well, knocking back the repairing scouts. Chaos Marines being upgraded with plasma guns, and we do have a drop pod loaded up with some Tactical Marines being dropped in. They may be upgraded to Stern Guard veterans. Looks like Chaos Lord is going for tier 3 now. He gets some good damage right there, forcing back those Chaos Marines. Razorback pretty healed up, not fully healed up. The VPs are quite similar, 3-2-3 to 2-3-2. And we've got multiple missile launchers being deployed on out with Alaskan Devastator. That's probably a little bit too much on these missiles. Got the missiles not raining on in, hitting that Dreadnought, so they're doing good work right there. We got, of course, the Force Command pushing forward. Got the Camouflage Ritual as well. And there goes the Dreadnought to another missile launcher there. So there's 3 missile launchers deployed on out with no more targets remaining. Maybe a good idea to get out some Terminators if fighting so many missile launchers. Of course, they can be swapped over to plasma guns, but that would be another investment. Be a bad idea to get out Predators at this point in time. We even save up for a Land Raider or bring on Queen one. Stormguard veterans have been deployed now. He swapped out the missile launcher one with an elite unit. So no need to get that one swapped over plasma guns. Northern Marines pushing the way forward, not upgrade Blastmasters just yet. Get some damage there. They do fall back. Northern Marines do receive quite a bit of fire there. Does go ahead and decapture the power point. And we're going to put an Excel file into place.
Your units fulfill your command.
And scouts do receive a hit there from the Warlock. I do notice the Warlock has been upgraded with the, not Warlock, Sorcerer. Has been upgraded with the Rod of Warp Fire. And we've got some Plasma Cannon Devastators being put out as well. Devastators, of course, being knocked back. Let's see. Missiles increase melee damage, grants the Warp Fire ability, damaging enemies in a straight line. That was that Creeping Barrage ability I think we saw earlier. Let's get a nice knockback there. A lot of Chaos or Tactical Marine squads here, and we've got the Chaos Portal being deployed on out. Getting some great damage on the Razorback. Can't stay inside there for too long. Looks like these guys are being grabbed as well. Does also grab friendlies. Yep. There goes the Warlock to the portal. Not sure who deployed it out, but seeing the Chaos Force out of red points, it probably was him. Chaos Lord can, of course, pick up his buddy. Plague Marines receiving quite a bit of fire right now. And Tier 3 being researched by the Chaos Sorcerer now. Chaos Sorcerer does get revived by the Lord. And Plasma Cannon Devastator is set up on the wrong side of that cover. Chaos Lord does go down now, and the Sorcerer, I believe, has done a full retreat. Blastmaster Northern Marine set on up, finds a direct hit there on those forces, getting some great damage right there. Plasma Cannon Devastator heard firing, but looks like they didn't actually fire. Does get a nice flank there, load up his forces in the Razorback, does fall back now. Making some minor splash damage there on that Razorback. Power node has been decaptured. Got the scout squad making a shotgun knockback. Yep, but really did a poor shot with that one. And knockback grenades knocking back the scouts and the aspiring champion. The assault rifles of the heretics can do some great damage for the scouts. It looks like the heretic squad decided to tie up a melee. I honestly don't know who wins in a fight in melee between assault rifles and scouts with shotguns. It looks like equally pathetic on both sides. Hollow Cannon lining up, gets some good damage there onto the Razorback. Also got a Tarantula Sentry gun, and he's trying to repair up the Razorback now.
Your allies have won a victory point.
Missile does find a miss there as some grenades running on top of that Tactical Marine squad. Blastmaster finds a minor splash there, nothing too significant. Scouts trying to camouflage forward as the Tactical Marine receiving a lot of autocannon fire there and does go down. Blastmaster finds some hits there on the Force Commander. Force Commander has still plenty of health remaining. Good hits there, and those guys does get spotted and forced back. Probably thanks to the heretics with their aspiring champion for camouflage spotting. Force Commander maybe fully retreating. Yeah, I believe that's not a full retreat there. Grenades are raining on in. Devastator's received quite a bit of fire. And Blastmaster finds a good hit there on the Razorback, but of course has smoke, unaffected smoke grenade, giving it damage resistance. Blastmaster finds a decent hit there on the retreating Devastator. As we got the Chaos Terminators now deployed on the field. Knockback grenades thrown or fired. Does get some great knockbacks there. The Chaos Sorcerer is quite suppressed by all that fire there, thanks to the Tarantula Sentry Gun. And more grenades are raining on in on top of these Space Marines. Of course, got the Havoc constantly firing away with its autocannon, and got these forces advanced, trying to get some good damage there on the Terminators. Plus, the Tech Marine has been revived by the Force Commander. Both of them are wounded still. And Scouts now trying to pursue these Chaos Marines. You have these Tactical Marine Squad falling on back. The Force Commander is now falling on back as well. Nope, there's the full retreat. Chaos Marines are falling back as well. Solrock's coming forward. Macy a shotgun knockback there on the Heretic. Yeah, it does get a great hit there, as well as the Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a good hit as well. He's actually maybe force firing the ground right there. Interesting. Knockback grenades force him back to Tactical Marine squads. The Tech Marine has upgraded the Melta Gun, which will be used for some vehicles, and now we've got the Great Unclean One deployed on out. Got a bit of a suppression there onto the Scout Squad. And Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a good hit there on the Warlock. Great Unclean One, maybe I put a grab there on the Plasma Cannon Devastator, but it looks like he's falling back now. And the Tarantula Sentry Gun receiving some repairs from the Tech Marine, but does go down there. And you got both of the flanks being captured up by Blue, so the tickets are counting in favor of Blue. Great hit there on the Scouts by Blastmaster, and the Force Commander does go down and get thrown across the map. Great knockback there. That one Tactical Marine, of course, got destroyed by the Great Unclean One, and both of the Blue's heroes are down as well. So only the Tech Marine remains as a hero. Red's capturing the right side of the map. Red has 71 tickets remaining, double capture counting down against him. I guess in this game counts down so quickly, they can't maintain that for long. This one has been captured by Scouts. The southern point is being decaptured and captured up as well. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a hit there onto the tank trap barbed wire combo. Storm Guard veterans pushing way forward, loading up the poison rounds. And the Havoc Squad is rotating its gun or just trying to fall away from these forces, preventing it from being flanked. Blastmaster maybe on a shot there on the Razorback. Plasma Cannon Devastator. It looks like both each other's heavy weapons are out of range of each other. Grenade launchers could throw knockback grenades here. We do fall back towards this Razorback with forward reinforcement. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a good hit there. And his Blastmaster finds a good hit there on the Force Commander, though has plenty of health remaining. Knockback grenades were thrown, knocking back those Tactical Marine squads. Something being caught on there, maybe another drop pod from Tactical Marines. Yep, Tactical Marines have been deployed out by the Force Commander. This Blastmaster will be skip out of there. The GAC-1 model is still up north, trying to set on back up, but the Force Commander should be able to close the distance. He's not falling back. He could actually get wiped out right there. Seeing some special attacks there. The Blastmaster does go down. Plague Marines do fire some rounds into that Razorback. And Warrior is a Great Unclean One, all the way back here. We got the Chaos Terminators brought out, upgraded with the autocannon there. Good general purpose weapon, knocking back the Terminators with Plasma Cannon Devastator, however. Force Commander does go down to the Great Unclean One once again. Just like the campaign, where you keep on losing your Force Commander over and over again. Chaos Terminators will find the Tactical Marine, as the Razorback trying to skirt around. Does have looks like Storm Guard veterans loot on the back of them. as well as the Tactical Marine Squad. It needs some reinforcements, however, but the point does be captured as the Terminators gain some great damage there. They could teleport forward. Global repairs have been activated. Tactical Marine does have a smelter gun there, trying to get repaired up by the scouts as well. It does throw a smoke grenade on himself once again, and decides to teleport away, trying to avoid any additional fire. They're going to make a soft retreat away from the front line. And the Great Unclean One goes down? How did that happen? Sorry I've missed that. And it does explode. How did that go down? Oh, the Great Unclean One is down. Tactical Marines receive some knockback there. Plasma Cannon Devastator. There's a Las Cannon that's made of a combination of Las Cannon and Plasma Cannon Devastator. Gets some great hits onto the Great Unclean One. And speaking of which, the Terminators goes down as well. A lot of losses for the Chaos players. They had such a great position without losing a lot of stuff. You got a Predator right here, unupgraded Predator, with the Chaos Lord, who's also unupgraded. Tactical Marines could receive some fire there from the Chaos Predator, but it looks like just the Force Commander receiving fire. Razorback is still alive, severely wounded. The Chaos Predator could potentially get some rear armor hits there to finish it off. Fires around there on the Force Commander once again. And now he's trying to hit the Plasma Cannon Devastator, and now we do have the Chaos Portal being deployed out, and as well as the other Chaos Portal. Both Chaos Portals are put in there, forcing these Space Marine forces to push forward and unable to retreat. Does lose the Razorback there. Now is probably a safe time to retreat back. Will probably fade by the time they fall back. And the last Cannon Devastator will get taken out by the Predator, though. These guys are very bunched up. A lot of AoE damage could come on board. Lots of AoE damage there, including the grenades from the Heretics. Could have been much worse. Tactical Marines trying to tie up these forces in melee. We've got a single capture in favor of blue. Red is running very low in tickets. Not back there on the grenade launcher squad. Center V4 is captured by blue. The northern one is being captured up by scouts. Beta Chaos Warp and Wild Shrine there to deploy out a temporary Bloodletters. Speaking of which, got a Shrine of Zinch being deployed out, which does deploy out, it does act as a turret, fires off those bolts. Great damage to these forces, receiving lots of fire. Got two Chaos Predators, both of them pretty healthy. Force Commander gains more and more great hits in as well. The Shrine may have received some friendly fire damage from those Predators. This Heretics can quickly repair it up, but the Force Commander does go down once again. And all of Blue's heroes are down as well. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a hit there on the Chaos Marines. They need to fall back. They're severely wounded. Good damage there. Zinch, the Tech Marines make this way forward. Does have a Melta gun, which can do some good work in. The Shrine Zinch has received some health, and the Chaos Marines receive. The Tech Marine does receive quite a bit of fire there. We've got the temporary Bloodletters deployed out by the Zinch player. They come in one at a time, so the Tech Marine does go down. There's a capture in favor of blues, or reds running low on tickets once again. Both Predators are quite wounded. There's a third Predator actually out on the field now, so 3 Predators are out on the field. That's a lot of armor. And both the Space Marine players are down only at Tier 2. They have not gotten to Tier 3 yet, so they can't even deploy nuclear Terminators. The Reds counting down quickly. They don't have time to tech up. Teching up would get an orbital strike, which would be very important, but it's just simply too late. Creeping Barrage deployed out by the Warlock. Well, the Plague Marines will go. Now there's double capture against Red. That's going to be game. They have no way to threaten this VP right here. No way to threaten the Northern VP. It's being camped by a single Chaos Marine and the Chaos Predator, and they're down to 1 ticket. And that's the end of the replay. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Of course, I seem like I'm getting long loading screens. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this one deleted. And let's head to this one. Got a lot of Tyranids in this one. Actually, I don't think I've cast a replay on this map before either. At least not before a 2v2. So this should be interesting. Greetings everyone, and Grade here, as spawning on the bottom side as the Farseer, we have a foreign name. Spawning on the north side as the Force Commander, we have another foreign name. Spawning as the Hive Tyrant, we have Dark Riku, and spawning as the Hive Tyrant, we have the Big Matthias, and we got another stupid Tyranid announcer. I hate the Tyranid announcer. I absolutely hate the Tyranid announcer. We do have, looks like a Termagant into Termagant. Over here, we've got Guardians, so no Howling Banshees for the Farseer. And for the Force Commander, we've got Tactical Marine likely into another Scout. We'll probably see a third Guardian, could be saving up for a Guardian Weapon Team. Right here. There's the fire. Termagants and the Guardians push aging. Farseer finds some more damage there onto the Termagants. Hormagaunts start advancing with the Hive Tyrant now. But it looks like there's a... This Hive Tyrant is getting a bit double teamed at the moment. May need to back off a little bit. 3 generators being immediately deployed out by the Farseer, so he's going for more of a early power build for his team. And the Force Commander has not deployed out more scouts either, but it's not uncommon in 2v2s go for a second squad of Tactical Marines. A bit more durable. Hormagaunts are trying to rip apart that point. No generators deployed out before it goes down. And the Force Commander is getting focused down by these forces. Since his Tactical Marines is down south, it's just followed by a lonesome. Got Devastators being deployed out by the Force Commander now. And it looks like all generators got deployed down south. Do we see any Synapse generators here? At this point, it's activated. Got 2 Synapse generators here. Guardians pushing the way forward, getting some good damage there on the power node. We got a Guardians Weapon Team now deployed out by the Farseer. I did predict that. And now we've got the Hive Tyrant and the Termagants and Hormagant making their advance. But we've got a nice flank here by more Hormagaunts. So let's look at this Hormagant's actually from his teammate. It's all Hormagaunts there, right? I may have been mistaken. We got, of course, got some Warrior Brood being deployed out. He could be upgrading with a Barbed Strangler cannon in order to help suppress his opponent's forces. And there's a second Guardian Weapon Team being deployed out by the Farseer. This Hive Tyrant will receive a bit of fire from the Space Marines. Just a couple bullets. And he does find the Guardian Weapon Teams there. He may need to get out Ravener Alpha to help close the distance on these Guardian Weapon Team. Same for this player as well with the Devastator. Guardian Weapon Team make its way forward. Maybe we'll find some good hits here. And the Farseer is starting to engage the Hive Tyrant now. Nice special attack there by the Hive Tyrant before falling back. Now here comes the Termagants. Weapon Team has not been set up just yet, so the Hive Tyrant may be able to engage him. Got the Extended Carapace there. Good Plasma Grenade there. Extended Carapace allows the charge ability, and a Warrior Brood does find a flanking angle there on the Guardians Weapon Team. Farseer is quite wounded. The Hormagant may actually get wiped out. Losing Hormagaunts is more of a minus loss. They're very squishy, and they're not really, they don't scale too well. They're good for capping. They're fast, mobile, good for capping. That's about it, in my opinion. And 1v1s do much better. 2v2s not so much. Looks like the Scout Squad does fall back. And if you got this point activated, no additional generators at the moment. And do have another Devastator being deployed and out. No, that's a Warrior Brood, not a Ravener Brood. This is the Ravenant Brood. Brood has already been deployed out. He may go ahead and jump on in top of the Devastator. Mostly just maintaining a lot of damage there, so he just went back away. This guy may still be in angle. Nope. Guardian Weapon Team will find the Hive Tyrant there. This Hive Tyrant has not been upgraded anything just yet. We've got another Guardian Weapon Team deployed up on the Farseer. Good damage coming out on the Tactical Marine. And got a nice jump there on top of the Devastator, knocking him back. Though the Ravener is receiving quite a bit of fire there from the Force Command, has been upgraded with a Power Sword. The Ravener may almost goes down there. It's also been upgraded with the Iron Halo, which all use energy as health. And full tree coming out here, excluding the Warrior Brood. Down south, we've got the Warrior Brood upgraded with the Barb Strangler Cannon. Helps suppress his opponent's forces. But he's going to be facing against a lot of Guardian's Weapon Team. This is Guardian Weapon number 3. Number 1 is right here engaging the Hive Tyrant. So overall, Blue has a lot of suppression weapons they have to deal with. And their primary jump infantry is the Ravener squad, which is more of a range. They can engage in melee, sure, but they're not exactly durable enough to prolong melee engagements such as like Raptors or Assault Marines. They're more of a close to Warp Spiders when it comes to combat effectiveness. Good damage there onto the Guardian Weapon Team. Thanks to the Barb Strangler Cannon. Looks like it's actually force fire on the ground there. Getting some great hits there on that. Throws a Plasma Grenade in return. Does actually nearly entirely avoids it as well. Very good. Warrior Brood trying to tie up the Devastator up in melee. You got the Ravener Brood and Termagants are in advance and engage these forces. Farseer trying to tie up a Warrior Brood up in melee. Does use the Poison Sack ability there with this one Termagant. The other one's being upgraded that ability now. Guardians may go for a Plasma Grenade too, but great special attack there by the Farseer. Termagants are pushing way forward. They're not upgraded. Probably a good idea not to upgrade them. Just using the Captain Squad and Disruption. Able to disrupt these Guardian Weapon Teams like this is actually really good. The other one's trying to rotate around. Farseer's tying up the Warrior Brood up in melee. You may receive a good weapon hit there. Nope, wasn't able to fire it in time. Plasma Grenade thrown. Largely hit the Farseer. Up north, we've got the Termagants, Warrior Brood, and Ravener Alpha, Ravener Squad pushing way forward with the Iron Alpha. Wow, I can't get any of my words right today. Looks like the generator has been built there. We've got Vengeance rounds being loaded up with this Devastator Marine. And this Tactical Marine trying to tie up the Ravener Squad. The Ravener Squad will need to fall back sooner or later. They're quite wounded right now. They're not exactly durable. The Farseer, that Farseer's going to move faster than normal, but looks like maybe something else boosting up speed rather than upgrade. Warrior Brood does fall back. Hive Tyrant does fall back as well. Up north, we've got the Termagants engaging. Does use the Helmets and Sack ability onto the... Yes, he does use it on the Force Commander. Has also been upgraded the Artificer armor, giving him a good amount of health regen, and energy, making him very, very durable, especially with the Iron Halo. So that Force Commander is full-on tank. Guardian Weapon Team pushes way forward, not being focused down. It does fall back with both the squads. The Synapse Generators are going to be under siege for a little shortly. We do got a damaged activated node as well. And the Farseer does force back the flanking Termagants. We got a Xenothrop deployed on out. And his power node is now under siege. Xenothrop is a good spellcaster as well as provide good long-range AoE damage. Good suppression there on the Guardian Weapon Team. Xenothrop has great range. And that Guardian Weapon Team is almost down. The Xenothrop fires another shot, could potentially get a wipe, does not. Rippers will play out in the mix as well. Farseer is forced on back. So looks like the southern flank is being captured, being secured up by blue team. The northern flank is captured by blue team. They do have capture in their favor. This central point has been going back and forth between each player. And the Hormagaunts actually have been upgraded here, upgraded with the adrenal glands, getting some health regen, and some some minor jump stuff. We got a camouflage Falcon here. Not sure how that got camouflaged. Maybe from the webway assembly. The Falcon has blown out. We got a plasma grenade there onto the Termagants, getting some good damage in. And the Hormagaunt squad got ripped apart. Actually, that was just a Ripper squad doing its job. Its job is not to rip apart, it's to be ripped apart.
The enemy has 200 points remaining.
Red has double capture against them. There's a lot of VPs to come lose because of that. The Hormagaunt squad does fall back. Xenothrop makes his way forward. Got a Venom Brood deployed on out, ready to engage that Falcon. As Xenothrop is getting some good long range damage as well. On the left side, we do have a Razorback. Saying mid is OP. Tier nades are strong, barring just some of their tier 1 stuff. Like at least the Hormagaunts, Termagants, they don't really last all too long, and they're very vulnerable to AoE weapons. The Eldari player needs to get out D cannon, while the Force Commander needs to get out Plasma Cannon. We've got a Warlock upgrade onto these Guardian squads. Plus, they're just spamming out weapon teams, which are hit or miss sometimes. Looks like the Hive Tyrant here has been upgraded with the Venom Cannon, getting a general purpose ranged weapon. Force Commander's falling back. Let's see if Maeve lost one Devastator's play. He had 2. Good damage coming out the power generator with the Hive Tyrant, or Tyrant Guard, for the Hive Tyrant deployed on out. Points have been reactivated. Actually, no, the point has not been reactivated. And now these power generators are quickly going to get ripped apart. But we also got Warp Spires in this mix as well. Generators all go down. He's made to try to evacuate into the Falcon and retreat. Does play out a shield generator there, but the Hive Tyrant does have the Seneca Paracase to charge. There's the charge ability there, trying to tie up the suppression weapon in melee. Venom Brood needs to push forward to the Falcon, but the Hormagaunts need to start hitting the Farseer. Hive Tyrant does fall back, so does the Warrior Brood here. And he's supposed to all force them back, just a bit too much for the Tyranid player to engage. Over here, we have these forces pushing way forward, Venom Cannon pushing way forward, also being upgraded the Warp Field, which really allows them to use energy as health. Also has been upgraded the improved Synapse. Tyrant Guard seeing some health regen being pulled down, and with the last cannon dead there falling on back. And there we go, we got the ability for the Hive Tyrant to use energy as health. We got the Psychic Storm being utilized by the Farseer, now being upgraded with the Gravity Blade as well, grants Levitate ability. Looks like one that has spawned out a Capillary Tower based on that audio line. Scouts captured up to that northern VP. And this Teflon squad is up there. Plasma Punch, which is good against versus those Warrior Brews and Ravener Brood. Hive Tyrant does fall back. Venom Brood trying to throw some shots there on the Falcon. He's not really micro-nultable, but he does fall back in time. Of course, has some Guardians trying to repair up the Falcon now. Hive Tyrant does go down. Got some multiple Capillary Towers deployed on out. Xenothrop pushes way forward. The Warp Spiders gain some good damage in. The Guardian Web team still in a bit of a problematic situation. Does suppress those forces. There's just so many Guardian Weapon teams. They haven't had any time to really clear them out. They mean to get some sort of Bioplasma ability. Speaking of which, he does have tier 3, so get pulled out Carnifex. Maybe good idea to go for Carnifex with the Venom Cannon in order to get out the Bioplasma Wheel from fire as artillery. Iron Guard does receive a hit there by the last cannon, but it's out of arc now. And these forces all falling on back over here. We've got still not able to push on forward. This tier 9 player is advancing. We've got this Hormigaunt getting ripped apart by the War Spider. He's trying to go for more melee hits. Does get some good damage. It doesn't finish it off. Falcon fully healed up, trying to kill up some capillary towers. And now I've got Carnifex being deployed on out for this region map. I wonder which weapon he's going to go for. Would it be for the Venom Cannon or the Strangler Cannon? I don't think it's going to be the melee weapon. I could be wrong about that. But it's there on the Tyrant Guard by the Las Cannon, but it's very resilient. Not like the highest damage thing, but resilient. It's a good guard. It does its job. Throws a grenade right there as well. Interesting. Just trying to get a little bit extra damage there. Trying to hold down, get some much needed healing. There's still no suppression weapon down here to prevent suspicion from the overrun. Carnifex charging forward, unupgraded, so its melee is perfectly fine. Psychic Storm getting some great damage there as the Xenothrope is firing some rounds there onto the Warp Spider. Being reinforced by the Falcon. The Termagants are quite wounded. Does go and use some Toxin Sacks onto the Farseer now. Venicam trying to pursue that Razorback, getting some good hits in there. There's a smoke grenade there, and not sure if there's any scouts nearby to get it healed on up. On the right side, Hive Tyrant's still down, and this Hive Tyrant does not have time to go over there and resurrect his buddy. Tier 3 is researched by both of the Tier 9 players, now Tier 3 being researched by the Force Commander as well. Force Commander is a bit of fire there, but still has plenty of energy remaining. Good shock on knocking back the entire force there with the scouts. Vanguard now holding down. We'll see some last cannon shots there, but does have plenty of health to survive them. You got a Bright Lance, 2 Bright Lances deployed on now on the Carnifex, which means less suppression weapons. The Carnifex are receiving more and more fire there, but Rippers are tying up the Bright Lance up in melee. They need to fall back. This one, the Rippers are getting ripped apart. Barb Strangler Cannon getting some great hits there. And we've got it is a melee Carnifex getting extra health and Stampede ability. Then it can push the way forward. Warrior Brood does fall back. And it looks like the Carnifex and the Xenothrope as well. Carnifex has received quite a bit of fire. They need to fall back to the Hive to get some much more healing. Now, Force Commander is making his advance forward. No melee units. Oh, the Iron Guard can engage him. You could also use the Toxin Sack ability there onto the Force Commander. Does use a Toxin Sack ability right there. And looks like he has managed to find time to resurrect his buddy. How are these guys so low level? This guy's at level 1, this guy's at level 2. The person in the Farseer is at level 3 and 2. I suppose they're not all too high leveled. Webway assembly being pulled out up north, ready to support his teammate when needed. It's also far enough away so it won't be randomly spotted. Warrior Brood's not fully reinforced, and the Carnifex is now at full health. Very nice. Hive Tyrant Guard are seeing quite a bit of fire there. Warrior Brood forces back the Force Commander, and these Tactical Marine squads are trying to engage long range, but they're just saying too much damage. And the Webway Gate has not been spotted. The Warrior Brood here can spot it, but he would need to spawn out of it to get a massive flank in. Won't be a good idea to go for flank now because there's nothing to flank. It'll be them hitting head on head. Carnifex push the way forward. Bright Lance is engaging the Carnifex. Psychic Storm suppressing these entire force. Does get a Haywire Grenade there off the Carnifex. And now we've got the Levitation ability, the Levitation field now. The Termagant squad does get wiped out there and does get knocked around. Carnifex is seeing much fire there, but looks like he does manage. No, there's still a Bright Lance up north, sending a lot of Bright Lances at him. Does manage to charge away out of the range or out of arc of the Guardian's Web team. Should be able to crawl away. Venom Brood's here that covers retreat, but we'll see quite a bit of fire as well. Venom Brood has not fallen back. And that Carnifex is down to 64 health, not a whole lot. Another Capillary Tower being deployed on now. Oh, and the Carnifex does go down. The Falcon charged forward to fire some autocannon shots onto it. Hive Tyrant does fall back here. The Scouts do get spotted. They do capture the point. Blue has 270 tickets remaining, while Red has 99. You have a Predator right here. Upgrade the extra armor. Carnifex, or not Carnifex, Predator makes his way forward, fires some autocannon shots, getting one of the Tyranid models, Termagant models. Gain some health and health regen. Down south, we've got the Central VP being captured up by the Farseer Scouts pushing way forward, trying to capture at this point once again. And we do have another Carnifex being deployed out by the other player this time. A lot of resources stored up by this player here. Could go for another Carnifex, but maybe I'm for a Swarm Lord. On the right side, we got the Warp Spiders engaged and getting a lot of damage on Warrior Brood. Warrior Brood does fall back, forcing back the Guardian Weapon team. And maybe, nope, yeah, not it's Shuriken again, not a Bright Lance. Zenithrope getting some damage there, could have been a little bit better. Hive Tyrant pushing way forward. Got the Levitation ability there, tying up the Hive Tyrant up in the air, not in melee. It does fall back right there. Force Commander falling him back. Got the Predator still at full health. Carnifex here has been upgraded the Venom Cannon, which also grants him the Bioplasma ability, which may be a good time right around there if he has vision in the region. Last Cannon fires a shot there on the Tyrant Guard. And this Hive Tyrant is receiving lots of fire there by the Warp Spiders. Does get the shield generator upgrading the Falcon as well, able to use Energy's health, making the Falcon a little bit more durable and able to skirmish around a little bit more, as well as able to have some self-preservation, so gets out of combat, sustains some damage. At least he's have some minimal level of health, making its minimal health above 0 to say the least. This Hormagaunt squad make it clean on up, and we've got the Elder Storm being called on in, annihilating that Termagant. The Zenithrope may go down as well. The Hormagaunt does get wiped out, largely due to the fire from these forces. Zenithrope will escape out, but barely. Venom Cannon firing a shot there onto the Falcon. A lot of Venom Cannons push way forward, Barb Strangler weapons, Warp Stars teleport around. Bright Lance trying to set on up on a good angle. Up north, we do got these forces that are advancing. Venom Cannon control some Bioplasma as well. And here comes the Levitation ability there on the Hive Tyrant. Going up. And going that way. Tyrant Guard does go ahead and hold it down there, checking some much needed health regen. Termagants here support as well. We got, of course, the Predator in the region being upgraded. The last cannon really wants an anti-vehicle weapon. Venom Cannon getting some good damage there onto that Razorback, but thanks to smoke rounds, able to stay alive. Tyrant Guard is still seeing lots of fire there. Seeing a lot of health regen. This Tactical Marine Squad is spawning for the region. Another Capillary Tower being put up, trying to save the Tyrant Guard. Does not save the Tyrant Guard there. Ravener does jump across the ravine. And that's all frag grenade there onto the Termagants. They largely dodge it, but it's saying some damage there. And there goes the Razorback. On the right side, we got these forces advancing, trying to get some good damage in there. There's some sort of ability that was used there. I think it was a Psychic Storm. On the left side, we do have a Brood Nest going out, and Bioplasm gets a direct hit there onto the Predator. Blast Cannons gets some great shots there onto the Carnifex. Carnifex will need to fall back. He's one shot away from death. Nope, it's down. Now it's dead. Over here, looks like the Carnifex does receive a Haywire Grenade there from the Warp Spiders. Xenothrop does go down, so Tyranids are losing a lot of their heavy assets. It's maybe the end of the game for the Tyranids, losing this many heavy assets. We got another Carnifex being put out by the Northern Hive Tyrant. Brood Nest does go down there. Ravener Brood is engaging at range. Regular Lictor has been deployed on now. Interesting. Guess he wants a stealth capping squad. Does have to, is tying up those Warp Spiders a bit. Does get the kill there on the Warp Spider Exarch right there, so that must have been merciful. He could, unless that was a lucky grab. Scouts camouflage forward, dying for a grenade on one of these forces. This area is very bunched up. It does go a shotgun knockback on the Warrior Brood. These forces are quite bunched up, and we do actually have a Plasma Cannon Devastator now freshly deployed on out. Or not really fresh, because get some damage in. Looks like Red's just rotating down south. Or blue, I should say. It's the red color scheme as well. Psychic Storm now raining in on these forces. Got this Carnifex deployed out, being upgraded the Venom Cannon as well. Not sure what it's saying. Tiger? TGR? Not sure what he's actually saying right there. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds a good hit there, getting massive AoE damage. It's that green text on the green background. I cannot read it. Great hits there as well, getting significant amount of damage in. Plasma Cannon Devastator is getting some great hits in there. We've got Tyranna Formation now raining on in. The Fire Prism actually went down there. Or was that the Falcon? It actually may have been just the Falcon. Warrior Brood does fall back. Now we do have Fire Prism on the Doku. Artifacts could throw some Bioplasma in onto the Bright Lances. Both Bright Lances now aiming for the Carnifex. Another Carnifex being put up by the northern or the southern Hive Tyrant. Warrior Brood does capture this point here. Got a capture in favor of blue. Trying to hold him alive. Got a decapture in the southern point there. Though he does manage to get the point, just only decaptured. So blue will hang on for the time being. This VP is being captured, or is secure at the moment. Red is unable to capture it up. Ravener squad pushes way forward. Dumps on the top of the last cannon Devastator. Knocking him back. Scouts could throw a grenade or shotgun blast, but decides to go for the retreat there. Got the Hive Tyrant pushing way forward. Got the Lictor and gained some great hits there onto the Farseer. Lictor has also been upgraded the anti-vehicle weapon. Or it was always naturally anti-vehicle. So maybe always naturally anti-vehicle. Artifacts charging forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Bright Lance. the Hive Tyrant does fall back. Lictor is still at pretty high health and trying to camouflage away. This point has been captured up by Blue. The central point has been decaptured. Blue has a single capture in his favor. This point is captured but not secure. And looks like Blue's going to be capturing the central VP at this point in time. Race counting down quickly. They don't have a whole lot of tickets remaining, so they can't maintain being a double capture against them. So it'll be a single capture, but still be a capture against them. This point is being captured by the Lictor now. We got the Tactical Marine squads engaging. Plasma Cannon Predator, of course, is only effective versus vehicles, not very effective versus infantry. Raveners jumping on forward, trying to interrupt those scouts. They do at least stop them from capturing that point. Still double capture in favor of Blue. Tyranids may have to still eke out a victory. And there goes the Predator. Ooh, what was that? That must have been the levitation ability. They're trying to capture this southern point here. The central point is secure, and the northern point will be captured by Blue. I think the Tyranids got this game. Good bioplasma there. Fire Prism does go down. This one is neutral. The central VP has been neutralized. We got Tyranno formation just got called on in. And now the northern point is captured up by Blue and is secure. Red is not captured at that point there. One ticket remaining. And that's the end of the game. The Tyranids just got the last possible. They got a really good game in. Yep, and that was the end of the game. Yeah, that game went on for quite some time. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I'm probably going to have one more replay for tonight, and then I'm probably going to call it a night and get some sleep. I don't know why, it just feels like I haven't got any good sleep lately. Of course, at the end of long replays, it's always a long loading screen. Oh, come on. Load faster. There it goes. Yep, and that was this one right here. Okay, let's try this replay. I had so many issues trying to cast this replay earlier today. It's just... Steam has an issue where it was like, if you lose connection to Steam, the replay ends and you have to start over. So let's go ahead and get this. Hopefully it just goes right this time. Today's just not been a good day of streaming. I had so many issues involving Steam just being BS with me. But let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. I spawn on the south side as the Ravener Alpha. We have a foreign name. And I got the tier announcer once again. Spawning in the north as his teammate as the Farseer of the King of Pythons. Spawning as the opposing Farseer, we have Val Hero. And spawning as the Warlock, we have another foreign name. We've got two squads of Hormigons being deployed on out by the Ravener Alpha. We got looks like a Howling Banshees into Guardian Squad here. As we got the Warlock going for a triple Guardian Squad, and we do have Guardian into Howling Banshees for the other Farseer. Good knockback there from the Warlock. The Ravener Alpha is more of a ranged unit than a melee unit. So both sides getting some various chip damage, nothing too critical from both sides. Both sides are now behind heavy cover. Something was cast there, maybe there's a rally point? Saw a little dot there. Guardians pushing the way forward. The Ravener Alpha is going to be quite overwhelmed, just with the fact that there's also this Farseer in the region as well. Lots of damage down the Ravener Alpha. Got a nice ability there on the Hormigons. And Ravener Alpha will need some help from his teammate, getting a bit overwhelmed. Here we go. We got the Hormigons and Guardian squads advancing. There's also this Howling Banshee as well. And this point is being focused down. He needs to start hitting perhaps the units because his teammate needs a bit of help. He's getting a bit overran. His registration point will be decaptured. And now the Guardians pushing way forward, eyeing for the high ground heavy cover, as these low ground heavy cover is also engaging as well. Does fall back and forth. So generally the way the Farseer has upgraded the Spirit Stone, which grants revive when equipped. When reviving heroes, the Farseer gains 85 energy, as well as healing over 50% maximum health. So that's a good team item. Also grants the spiritual rights ability, which restores 50 energy and 175 health to an allied infantry. So it's also a bit of a medic. So it's a medic for allied heroes and medic for infantry. Not bad. Got the Howling Banshee shouting each other in each other's faces. Ranger's been pulled on out, and looks like the Ravener Alpha has lost one of his Hormigons. Does replace him with a Ravener Brood. Guardians charging forward, as the Guardian squad is also charging forward. Throws a plasma grenade there, but largest going to miss. Base splash one the model a little bit, was nothing too critical. Farseer now being focused down by all the Guardian squads. The Guardian and the Farseer will manage to fall back. I don't believe she's any risk of being wiped. Down south, we do have the Hormigons advancing to capture the power point here, as well. We've got the Ravener Brood engaging a Guardian weapon team. Second Guardian weapon team being pulled out by the Warlock. Research biomorph. It's the Ravener Alpha being upgraded and reinforced Chitin. Chitin? Chitin. I think it's Chitin, isn't it? Also did see the Hormigons been upgraded with adrenal glands, gaining some of the health, damage, and some little jump effects. Nothing too critical, and receives a deadly hit there from the Warlock. Paraplasma Grenade's thrown. He does run forward to dodge them, which is good, saving his squad. Speaking about jumping forward, we do have the Ravener squad jumping forward, trying to tie the squads in melee. This one does get suppressed by the Guardians weapon team and does lose one of the models there. Raveners they're a good squad, but they're not exactly the most durable one. They're more closer to Warp Spiders than to, like, say, Storm Boys or Assault Marines. Howling Banshees have been upgraded with the aspect of swiftness. Ravener Alpha has also been upgraded with the Crippling Talons, giving a melee weapon. But we're seeing too much fire right there. We'll need to fall back sooner rather than later. Ravener Alpha may go down. We're seeing lots of fire there, but still has plenty of health. Anything above 0 health is plenty. We have another Ravener Brood being deployed out by the Ravener Alpha. And it is starting to clean up these Ravener funnels. Guardians do spot this tunnel right there. Raveners do pop out as well. A lot of range firepower coming out on that Guardian squad. And that ability largely missed, and that's the time he really needs a hit ability. Guardians, 4 Guardian squads here. All of them have their plasma grenades available. Warlock has not been upgraded with anything, nor the Farseer. We do have the Guardian weapon team trying to suppress these forces. Does get jumped on, but receives a plasma grenade there from the Guardian. Very nice. Raveners have received quite a bit of fire. This Ravener squad has received quite a bit of fire. Jumping on top of that Guardian weapon team as well. Should disrupt it, but needs to fall back sooner rather than later because he's really wounded. Does fall back now. Farseer making some melee hits there. No, she does not. no additional model drops there on the Ravener brutes. Howling Banshee's pushing way forward. This one does get suppressed there. Now they're shouting each other's faces. This Howling Banshee is receiving quite a bit of fire there. Could potentially go down. The Guardian could go throws a plasma grenade. It's one of the models there, knocking back himself, and the Rangers do not decide to get any melee hits there on the Howling Banshees. When the Farseers do go down there, the Ravener Alpha jumps on in as well with its melee weapons, trying to get that Guardian weapons team. And we'll need to fall back sooner rather than later. So we see lots of fire there and goes down. So if both blue heroes goes down and if one gets revived, they're way too far forward to be revived. Maybe the Ravener Alpha can be revived, go in, and then jump out. But even then, the Farseer could be chased down and quickly killed off. Warp Spider has been upgraded to the aspect of a Warp Spider. We got these Guardians pushing the way forward. I heard those sound like shouting Raveners. Warlock has been upgraded with the Immolator, which grants an Immolite ability, which is basically a giant incendiary effect, and a very large incendiary grenade. Raveners do jump forward, trying to tie up these Guardians in melee. Guardian weapon teams, I should say. And they do fall back right there as well. They do have all the models, but they may drop a model on the tree path. This one, the Immolite ability was utilized onto that Ravener. Grenade of the tree path gains good damage in, but they don't drop any models. Warp Stride is going on in as well, getting some melee hits there on the Raveners, but don't drop any models. Or as verse, and they don't drop any models. So he managed won't receive any bleed right there. Howling Banshee trying to chase down the Warlock. This Howling Banshee has been upgraded to Swiftness as well, not Strength. As Warp Spider gets some great damage there on the Ranger squad, teleporting forward. Farseers engage the Farseer in melee. This one has been upgraded to Ghost Helm, grants some Mind War ability as a suppression and damage weapon, while the Spirit Stone, of course, is a kinetic ability. We also got the Rune Armor, granting health and energy, as well as energy regen, and the Second Storm ability, which is a big AoE suppression ability, doing a small amount of damage. Ravener Alpha engaging, does get forced back by the Howling Banshees. And we do have the tunnels being cleaned on up. Warp Spiders are trying to deactivate this point. One of the generators have gone down. This one's now likely going down as well. Rander's trying to pick some shots in as well. And he didn't seem to sound too happy. Ravener Brood has been upgraded with the enhanced muscle pulse, and now it's a melee squad. He wanted melee, now he has melee. This one as well, let's see. Increases their speed, health by 20%, and damage up by 30%, and allow the burrow to remain underground indefinitely. So, so now it's a... maybe that's a different build, that's still a jump ability, but it looks like they have ability to roam around underground. Great damage there on the Guardian weapon team. Doesn't wipe it out. Does fall back that squad there. This squad's missing one model as well. Iron Guard deployed on as well. That's a nice hefty front line as the support. Most of the Raveners only has melee units as well. May need to get some range units. Venom Broods and from Venom Spitters are going to be not half bad. Power Generator will be chopped apart. Howling Banshees do receive some fire there. Try and get focused down. Howling Banshees may get focused down there, but no, they still have 57 health remaining. And all these forces do fall back as well. Synapse Generators start getting hit by these Warp Spiders as well as the Howling Banshees. They don't have the Aspect Strike, they don't have the anti-vehicle weapon to help with the damage, but they still chop apart the Synapse Generators, no problem. Tier 3 being researched by the blue Farseer, while the red Farseer already has Tier 3. course, got a webway assembly here deployed out by Red. Bring his front reinforcements here. A lot of Guardian squads. Here comes the Tyrant Guard. He does fall back the webway. That should have lured him that there's a webway assembly right there. The Venom Brood is a self-protector, so it can push forward. Yep, and that's definitely going to be a spotted webway right there. Apparently, Driver Alpha couldn't spot that. Power generator being captured up. We got a Wraith Lord deployed out as well as some Rippers. Their job is to be ripped apart. Oh, Ravener tunnel right there. Really hard to spot that. Even though that was probably in vision range, it can really camouflage in. Look at that. That is very hard to spot. Does spot this webway assembly. I can see it blinking red right there, so it does get spotted. The webway assembly will be ripped apart by these forces. Will take a bit of time because they don't have anti-structural damage in this region. And the webway assembly, or not webway assembly, webway gate does go down. Rippers are falling back as well. Yes, in the middle we do got a Haywire grenade there on top of the Hive Guard. Hive Guard is quite a bit of fire right there. Perhaps need to haul down for some health regen. Artillery towers have been deployed on the high ground as well. And the Tyrant Guard does go down there. Oh, plasma grenade there on the tunnel does clean up the tunnel. Was the Gears of War. Ravener jumping up forward does get a nice knockback there on the Guardians. Ripper is also here to help. Needs some great damage there, but he does have a marked target onto that Ravener Brood. Venom Brood does fall back there. And now we've got the Avatar War being pulled out by Red, while Blue is going for a Fire Prism. These forces are starting to fall on back. And we've got two Wraith Lords for the Warlock. We got a Guardian Weapon team, or no, it's a D cannon being pulled out by the Red Farseer as well. I do like the Red Farseer. Does use Spirit Stones on herself, try to save herself, and does get one more melee hit there. It does get the Farseer right there, and now the Warp Spiders will be receiving some fire, but here comes the Avatar War, and he cannot engage that in melee. Armor piercing rounds load up in the blue Fire Prism, which has a red coating. Good damage there, knocking back the Warp Spiders. We do have the Avatar. Not receiving a whole lot of damage there. Now we've got the Venom Cannons here, as well as a Artillery Tower to support out the Venom Brood. Good damage there. But the Avatar War is very, very durable. And we've got a Webway assembly deployed out by Red right here. We're going to see some sort of something about ready to pop on out. It's D Cannon. And this will force back his opponent. Nice knockback there on the Howling Banshees. D Cannon trying to set up a shot there. Here comes the big cold, annihilating those forces. The D Cannon was a great piece of bait right there. And he's able to set it up, it'll be more than just bait, but the D Cannon will likely go down. Yeah, getting stuck right there. The Farseer into the D Cannon up that ledge. Farseer does go down, but so does the D Cannon. Venom Broods are gauging the Avatar as well. The Warp Spiders gain some great damage with the Venom Broods. The Venom Broods are forced to fall back. They do receive a hit there. Fire Prism still firing away. May see a Haywire Grenade, which will save the Avatar from being chased down. The Warp Spiders do fall back right there. And now we've got the two Wraith Lords pushing forward. Both of them have upgraded Bright Lances. Can you heal Ava? Avatar War? Not sure how you would heal it, right? You can't repair it, so I'm not sure how he's going to try to heal it. Great hit right there, and that one of the Rangers may have got wiped out there. Yeah, one of the Rangers did get wiped out there. Yeah, the Avatar War cannot be repaired by Guardians, because it's not a vehicle. Good hits there. Fire Person still needs a bit more help right there. Avatar War is still in this region. We're seeing some health regen. And the Tyranid player is actually advancing across this region. He's telling his teammate... the Warlock is telling his teammate to fall back because they're getting overran on the flank, losing the generators, things of that sort as well. They do have plenty of power for the rest of the game, likely. But still, you don't want to lose this VP and permanent control because they have the central VP. If they kept left VP, staying right there won't win them the game. In fact, red has less tickets than blue, so they can't stick around there. They have to play for the VP game. Two Venom Brutes pushing their way forward, getting some great damage there onto these structures. Ravener Brutes trying to engage these forces. And these Venom Brutes will need to fall back. We're seeing a bit too much fire right there. Red's pulling out his own Fire Prism now to pour out the Avatar of War. And these Warrior Brutes or Ormagons do fall back as well. Haywire Grain does not get thrown there. Oh, it does get thrown, and there's an Eldritch Storm trying to be called on in. He does back away forward, does spot it, and does go down the Eldritch Storm. You know, that Fire Prism is a big deal because it is a big source of anti-vehicle for that player. He does have a Bright Lance here, but the Bright Lance is way out of position, and we'll have trouble holding back the Wraith Lords. If there's one, that should be fine enough. There's two of them there. Now another Fire Prism being deployed on out by the blue Farseer. And that Guardian's going to get ripped apart. But that Fire Prism does get a nice high explosive round right there. And the Warlock does throw ability right there, but wasn't too effective. Great knockback there. That'd be very, very effective versus those Venom Brood. Carnifex coming out needs to be anti-vehicle Venom Cannon. Great knockback there. He does fall back on the Venom Brood, just get some health regen. And pulls out a shield generator there. But it's probably not going to be like a tank trap. Easy to kill off anyways. Good hits there. Red only has a single capture against their opponent. They have captured from the northern point. Blue's bringing down his Fire Prism to engage this Fire Prism. Hopefully it's anti-armor. Eldritch Storm being cast on it, forcing his opponents forward. Venom Brutes getting some great hits there, annihilating that Fire Prism. Very, very good engagement there. Forcing your opponent forward to take out that Fire Prism. But now there's 3 Wraith Lords deployed on out of the field. They're going to need some more Venom Brutes. The Carnifex did get canceled there. He may be seeing him for a Swarm Lord. Fire Prism has been snared by the Warp Spider. Got the Cone there, getting some great damage in. Fire Prism severely wounded the Venom Brutes, and he pushed on forward. Because that Avatar of War right there is nearly at full health. Does throw a round there on the Avatar of War. Ooh, that's a lot of plasma grenades. Ravener Alpha does go down. Another Fire Prism being deployed out by the Farseer, Red Farseer, the one with the Avatar of War. Seer Council being deployed out. Some heavy infantry wouldn't hurt. And there goes the Fire Prism there, probably down to that cone ability. I don't think it was. I think it's also Haywire Grenade in the mix of it. At that point, they may need to get out that Fire Prism as well. We do got the Swarm Lord being forward now, trying to run down the. I don't think Blue's going to win this game. There's 3 Wraith Lords. Sure, the Swarm Lord can help engage the Avatar on equal footing, but there's still those 3 Wraith Lords, all armed. There's 2 of them armed with Bright Lances. Swarm Lord and Avatar War are now engaged. The Swarm Lord does get some first hits there. We've got Psychic Storm being activated there. The Venom Broom seeing quite a bit of fire. The Venom Broom need to fall back. One Venom Broom may get fully wiped there. Yes, that one does get fully wiped there. Swarm Lord still has plenty of health as the Avatar is now falling back away from the Swarm Lord. Fire Prism does get knocked back there onto his own Howling Banshees. Ravener Alpha has also been upgraded with the Damage Aura Synapse, which helps increases the damage, I think, of the Swarm Lord, but I'm not to be certain. Swarm Lord falling away from the Avatar. And Bruce does get some shots there as well, but then if he gets close enough to the hives, then he will get some good health regen. Does dodge that ability, though the Swarm Lord may have been hit by that. Now got the 3 Wraith Lords pushing forward with the Bright Lances. That's going to be a dead Swarm Lord. Does activate the big circle area, and there goes the Swarm Lord. Got the base turrets now firing at the Swarm Lord. That's Swarm Lord Avatar. And the Bright Lances are here in the mix boat. The Venom Brood is getting focused down. Does get out a Lictor, which is anti-vehicle and camouflage. I think these Wraith Lords are going to go for a full base kill. He can't run behind the Hive Tower, the Hive. Venom Brood gets wiped out right there. Oh, here the Avatar War is being engaged. Bright Lance getting some good damage there. The Avatar is almost down, but looks like won't be able to go fully down there. Bright Lance does go down, getting out another Bright Lance now. Seer Council falling back, getting these reinforcements. Yep, I think blue team's lost. And he's not going forward for a full base kill. Ravener does pick up the Farseer. Where is that Lictor? There's Lictor. Does take out the... I think that was a D-cannon or a Guardian Weapon. I'm not exactly sure. Some sort of support weapon. Ravener is going to only be able to capture this point. I don't think they will be able to stay around for much longer. Does get a nice jump there with the Lictor. And he's going to take time to fully captured up, but this point does get decaptured. Howling Banshee is getting some damage down the Warlock, but with the Fire Prism in the region, there's nothing much they can do. But they're still quite healthy, and we got a drop pod of some sort from the Tyranid. Is it a one Termagant, one Hormagant? Yep. Tyranid, Hormagant, upgraded drop pod. The point will remain secure, but all these forces will need to fall back. A Lictor does actually go down right there. Losing that is actually quite big, because this is the only source of real field presence. Up to north, we do got the Howling Banshees engaging, and Seer Council does knock back the Farseer there, but the Warp Spiders, Guardians, the Seer Council won't stay around for much longer, and the Fire Prism is just still uncontested. Good damage there. Good hits. Always double capture in favor of Red, and now got the nuke, the Eldritch Storm, onto the Webway Assembly. Seer Council stayed alive, but a lot of that stuff got hit hard, and they don't have a whole lot of resources remaining. Good hits there on the Seer Council. And yep, now we got the Wraith Lords pushing way forward. Tyranid Cleric can bring in a Tyranno formation, but that's about it. And we got the Ravener Alpha capturing up some of the far requisition points, trying to get any sort of income for their team. Oh, that Ravener just got fully fetted. I'm pretty sure that's Tyranids announcer saying the opposite was victorious. By the way, this is Andgray saying thank you for watching, and have a good evening. Because I need to get some sleep into me. Hope everybody who's still in the scene, thank you for watching, and have a good night, get some good rest, and enjoy.